The Codex begins again. Let me see here. People are in the channel. I am connected. Mythweavers is down. I don't know. So far I'm not hearing anyone else say anything, so I don't know if your voice systems are active or not.
Yeah, no, I can't log in. Just says it's not available.
What, Mythweavers?
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
I know.
That's why I don't store my sheets on that thing anymore. Everything I do is all pure text now. Every last bit of it. Did you update your sheet on Mythweavers specifically?
Well, yeah, that's the
Oh,
most.
Shiza, you really must send me like an archived version so that I can have as a backup just in case. Whew. Streaming is still active here.
Yeah, just go with something roll 20 for now.
Mythweavers, but that was like before I got my equipment and all that. So the updated sheet is actually the one on Roll20. I will update the Mythweavers one as we go.
Okay. Roger, Roger. So, yeah, probably good to have both sheets, one on the roll and one on the Mythweavers if you're going to use Mythweavers. Me, since I've got a bit of a programming background, I just do everything text and then have it Git versioned, stored on the cloud in like a private server uh, for all for pretty much all posterity's sake until the servers ever get blown to bits. My character's my character's always
Yeah.
available for that reason. Not that I'm playing a character right now. I guess any NPCs I play would be considered sort of my characters. Ha ha ha. On all that
True.
jazz. Very true. Indeed.
Somewhere I actually have a hard copy.
You have a hard copy?
Oh, yeah, I put them on paper. I'm old school that way.
If you
Now,
say.
where that is, no idea.
I still occasionally do that.
Oh, where shall I put my lovely windows? Oh yes, different window. And checking that I've got enough memory RAM here. What's this here? Session notes to be brought up today. Spread this out here with my wonderful little... Oh, I renamed it that way. Okay, so that's in. Excellent.
Aha, it works.
What? Mythweavers?
It's back up.
Ooh, I hear like a microwave going off there.
Hmm.
Okay, fantastic.
Good.
Live stream session was recorded from yesterday night, where the druid Rithin, the Sarkorian druid, showed up. He may or may not be here this time. But this time we have today um, Arywll, actually. And his cohort isn't finished, but I guess he can wing it if he wants. Arywll is a blink dog. So we got to figure out how best that you all introduce yourselves. So about roughly 2 weeks time passes as downtime from the day the Ashpalm Thieves Guild was defeated by Hawkfield. Technically, I would probably consider it more of a political and social victory in that regard, and having driven the leader off, the guild master. It was pretty much victory for that purpose. And so 2 weeks pass. It's Kuthona something 20, I believe, which is like December 20. Oh, it's December 20. Actually, it's
Mm-hmm.
nearly Christmas time, actually. So it's snowing around Tymon still as it was before. Biting cold out there. And this time, Hawkfield is at the. Actually, where would he be? Let's say. He'll probably stay at the House of Lost Memories while the other fellows are still at Crescent Raven Keep. And what happens is he's just sitting there, and this elven maid walks through the front door, And beside the elven maid is Arywll.
Yep.
I don't know if Arywll has his or her or his cohort with him all the time.
Um, the cohort is currently checking on things in Arwill's little village.
Okay.
So
Where is Arwyll's little village located? Do you
I
recall?
never got a chance to talk to you about that.
Oh,
Wherever you think would be best. It would probably be close enough to where it would be.
New Jatta Land? Was that? I
Yeah,
thought.
near there, near a crossroads, but kind of in between off the beaten path and near a crossroads, so all of my spies can have a good place to.
Continue spying.
Yes.
So as you can see, I put up the River Kingdoms map. Crescent Raven Hamlet, where Crescent Raven Keep is located. Uh, what used to be Razmir is the southwest portion there, which is now called New Jatta Land, across the river from Tymon. So you're staring at your enemy pretty much in the forest there, now called the Jatta Forest, Forest of Jatta. It had another name
All
actually,
right.
the Razmir Forest, I think, something else. So your village is somewhere near Tymon, probably halfway between Crescent Raven Hamlet or something like that.
Okay, that works.
In that location specifically. Um, let's
Okay.
let's pull a polygon here. Oop, I can't seem to get a polygon to work. Object background, map and background, draw shape, and yes, regular black color will do just fine. Somewhere like there. See that, people?
Yes.
Something like there. That's where your village is. Don't know if your village has a name yet. Let's call it, unless you want me to give it a name.
Feel free.
Uh, let's call it Twin Rivers Village. So
That works.
Twin Rivers Village is there. Two small villages run from the West Selin River through the village itself. And that's where the village is. But anyways, that's besides the point. So House of Lost Memories, vibrant atmosphere. There's tankers being clashed against each other, cheers and roars. It's more lively than it was probably a few months ago, now that the new recruits, the new recruits from the Ash Palm, and even more people have flocked to Hawkfield's fame and fortune. His reputation precedes him so greatly uh, that his guild is now bursting at the seams, practically. In the two short weeks since the defeat of the Ash Palm, politically and socially and whatnot, and literally figuratively, since Hawkfield and the druid Rithanen drove off the Medusa monster, who was made off to be practically everything from a baby stealing uh, boogeyman to some sort of hag that turns people to stone as well. Thanks to Hawkfield's high diplomacy, essentially to represent his guild's efforts and his own efforts to essentially smear and destroy the Ash Palm's reputation completely, or more like be persuasively consider telling what used to be the former allies that it's probably not a good idea to associate with them anymore. And so it was a massive victory. And in those 2 weeks since, the ranks have swelled, more footpads than ever, more rogues from all over the river kingdoms, despite the wars going on between Ulan in Artum and various areas in the east of the river kingdoms, are flocking to join the Twin Shadows, I believe, is your guild, Hawkfield. Yes,
Yep.
that's right, the Twin Shadows, because they see that your star is rising, and they have no idea just how high it has risen, because you are now technically almost a quasi-hero god with your 20th level rogue level plus 2 mythic ranks. So it's quite hilarious. So in a way. they're almost considering whispers are that you're possibly the next god of thieves. So skillful have your exploits been. The fact that you can literally open locks just by blowing across them has become wild rumor throughout the city-state of Tymon. In fact, many of the lords, including some of the bloodied lords like Granger and her allies, are grudgingly considering the possibility of naming you the next champion of Tymon, possibly, to rule since Ungin is
Ooh.
dead, and no one has risen to take his place. And anyone who could have considered doing so with the backing of the Ash Palm, well, unfortunately you destroyed them, the Ash Palm, so there's politically no one else to support them. So Granger has pretty much withdrawn suddenly to her estates with her other fellow noble ally lords. And I would say the reputation ranking on for you has risen higher, considering your Ash Palm defectors had lots of other lords in their pockets, and now those lords are in your pocket.
Mm.
So yeah, it's pretty close to that. I don't know if you want to become the main figurehead necessarily, or wish to continue to be the shadow master instead, and leave
Nah, I
someone else to be
prefer
the.
the shadow.
Okay, the seat continues um, unoccupied. Right now, only the bloody lords themselves meet and convene every 2, maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month to determine. But now it's closing in on Yuletide, December, or shall we say, Kelowna 25-26, a common holiday across many of the lands within Galarion. And of course, surprisingly, as the snow falls outside, um, you see a large beast beside the elven maid uh, come through that door, and the wind kind of blows through, snow comes gushing in for a moment, but that doesn't even disturb the rowdiness in here as the footpaths joke with the thugs. The thugs joke with the footpaths. The ale flows freely as wealth continues to grow because of your operations. So I don't know if you continue the drug trade or not that the Ash Palm originally did, that was kind of destroying the heart and soul of some of the districts of Tymon. But it was quite lucrative, so I don't know if you decided you wanted to continue that or move on to other less, shall we say, less socially destructive criminal enterprises, shall we say. Maybe you wish to model yourself after the Godfather, and I don't know. He never was into drugs.
Huh. Huh. Huh.
Eh, well, we can extend the drug trade outside of Timon,
Okay, so
just not within the city.
you've decided that Timon will be a drug-free zone city, but you're pushing your product elsewhere, which is a
Damn right.
bit interesting, if
Interesting.
not morally ambiguous. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, like I said, the Elven Maid and the mysterious uh, magical beast that resembles a dog, which you would have to roll a probably knowledge, arcana check, maybe nature, no, arcana check actually,
Uh,
to recognize. That's for
yeah,
Hawkfield, not you.
magical beast would be Arcana.
And I
Yes.
don't have that, so.
Okay, you have no clue what that beast is, but it certainly doesn't look like a
Ooh.
regular old animal, that's for sure.
Alright. Who didn't see the sign? No pets allowed.
Yes. Is that what you want? Go ahead, role play away.
Oh yeah, I'll look at the elven maid and she brings the dog in.
Okay.
Um,
Elmade's just looking around, seemingly out of place, doesn't know who to talk to. Um, hold on just a second as I bring up my wonderful. Oh shoot, wait, this is the wrong name generator. This is for Mass Effect.
Call
uh,
it the tavern keeper there. He can say.
yes, the
Your
Tavern
dog
Keeper,
get all out.
whose name eludes me at this specific moment.
What's
Raynor, maybe, I believe it was.
Yep, Raynor.
I must take a look at my factions section here. Nah, for the Twin Shadows.
Is it just me, or is
Yes, it's
it
way
cutting
more
out
fine.
really bad?
The what? Sorry.
Is it cutting out really bad?
Yes.
Heard any cutting?
I have no problem hearing both of you at the moment. Again, if necessary, we can switch to Skype, for example. I don't know if you're still on my list. I believe you still are. It depends.
Yeah, it's cutting out, but it only done, or it was only doing so recently. Like up until 2 minutes ago, it was fine.
Could be latency issues, but my bars are green for Discord right now, I think. Let me see here. Yes, my bars are green.
Now it seems to be fine.
Hard to say. Maybe we need to switch it up with Skype every once in a while just to see which is truly better. Truly better. Okay, well, as long as you sort of get what I'm saying or hear me. Yes, sort of, maybe. Kind of, sort of.
All right, so we walk. One of my allies and I walk into the bar,
Well, more like pad into the
and
bar.
pad into the bar,
Pad into the bar.
and
Oh, there it is.
I murmur something in Sylvan to the
The
elf maid, and she. What was that?
I said the innkeep's like, what can I do for you, lass, and your really large-looking beast? Are you medium-sized, Arwyll? Did you hear me? Are you medium-sized, Arwyll?
I just lost you again.
Hmm.
Don't know. Maybe it's the streaming bandwidth, perhaps, they might be. I can't say, really. Uh, I could whip open Skype. Do you want to try that?
I'm okay with either way. Sorry with the streaming, guys.
No, it's all right.
Well, it'll all be streamed no matter what, whether we switch to Skype
It'll
or.
be edited. Yeah.
I just wondering what the quality level is in terms of either one of them. But for that to occur,
Well, right now on my screen on Discord, now it's back up to yellow. Now it's up to green. But before it was at red in terms of. Now it's back to red.
okay, my bars are still green, so I'm not quite sure whether your connection latency is the issue or I'm just delusional, maybe.
Mine's been
Let's see.
steady green the whole time.
What kind of what's your provider? Is it DSL or cable?
All right, I'm gonna try and move around some and see.
Well, I'm opening my Skype anyways. Uh, Let me see here. I don't recall which contact you were. Oh shoot, I'm on the wrong account. Well, that would explain why I don't see anyone that I know.
Let's see. Contacts. Come on. Come on.
Sign out of that one.
Where are you here?
It would be
You're,
avatar
you're supposed to
save.
be in my. Yep. Uh, and for whatever reason, there we are.
Hold on, I haven't signed in yet, so you won't see me.
All right. Yeah, see, now the latency bar is back up to green. So,
Well, I'm not quite sure what that means. It could be that it's on your end, but I could be wrong too. So I'm opening Skype just for an extra test here. Might as well get this out of the way. Contacts. SOTC. I must have more SOTC contacts on here than I ever imagined.
Ooh, that
I
download.
just sent you a message.
Oh, JCH. There it is. Yes, correct. So I will call you and then add Hawkfield.
All right.
So that means we should probably mute Discord once that occurs. Well, once that occurs, not until we have.
Okay. So,
I'm going to call you first on Skype.
all right.
Then I'm going to add let's see how to pronounce it properly. There we
Let's
go.
see.
I see a yellow for Hawkfield, yes? Is that the correct one, Mike Razil? All one word?
What? I'm not on Skype at the moment.
Oh, you're not on Skype?
Aha!
Really? Because it just says green that you are on Skype.
It's weird. I don't have it turned on at all.
Okay, never mind. Now, can you hear me somewhat better, Shadeheart?
Yes, I can.
So Skype seems to be working a little better than Discord's voice. Well, that doesn't really matter to me. I mean,
Just a little bit.
just a little bit better? A tad bit better?
It's still cutting out some, but I can actually understand you.
So you want me on Skype then?
Instead of understanding one every like 10 words.
Well, let's see. Here's the challenge. Shadeheart, you can oh, but the problem is if he takes off his unmutes himself on Discord, then he's gonna, well, hear him twice essentially.
Testing.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear you twice essentially. It's gonna be an echoey setup.
And now it's back to green. Now it's back to green on the latency bar. I have no clue what's going on.
You're probably on cable, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, what's this?
yeah,
Did you turn on Skype already?
Yeah, I turned it on.
Oh, you turned it on. Well, I'm just going to unmute. I'm going to mute my audio in Discord. And I'm going to use Skype for a second. Let's all do that for now. Hawkfield, you also turned off your hearing, your headset hearing with the icon there. Oh, you also did that. So you won't hear it on twice. Okay, I see what you're doing. So I'll deafen on Discord and leave Skype active.
Isn't technology great?
So I'm starting to run out of RAM and CPU power. And, oh yay!
Yeah, well, we can try going back to Discord. I mean, yeah.
No, it's okay.
Now
Okay, so
okay.
it's working now. In terms of audio, anyways. Okay, Hawkfield, you good? Hawkfield, you there on Skype yet? Hello? Not quite sure if he's still there. Hawkfield, you still there right now? I can't hear you. Even on Skype right at the moment.
So you can't hear me on Skype?
I don't think so.
That's weird, because I was talking. It's not on mute on Skype.
Alright.
I'm gonna definitely mute myself and see. Okay. You're probably going to have to definitely mute yourself on Discord as well.
Are we going to use Skype or are we going to use Discord?
Let's use Skype for the voice. Everyone can just shut off their voice connection on Discord, and let's just see how that turns out, shall we?
Alrighty. So, I believe the question that you were asking Arywll and his friend is, do you have any business here?
Yes, that's right. Raynor was like, well, more like, is there something I can do for you, lass? And your really big-looking beast here. Do you look like a dog or a wolf or something even bigger than that? A mastiff, perhaps?
Yeah, actually, would probably look like a mastiff. And she says, we're here to see this Hawkfield character.
Hawkfield, huh? Well, that depends on whether Hawkfield wants to see you, is the real question. The boss chooses who he wants to see, says Raynor, the Mwangi innkeep there.
Well, why don't you let him decide?
Well, I can certainly pass along the word. No doubt about that. And Raynor does a thieves' can't signal and something like that, which then indicates, obviously, but Hawkfield was watching this all along, so it's up to him what Hawkfield decides he wants to do.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, now you can hear me. Okay.
But it might also be because I left. Well, I don't know. Did you mute your Discord as well? Oh, you left. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear
clicked
you.
shut down Discord.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
No, I just had to change the setting in Skype. Apparently, it was on the wrong microphone setting.
Okay.
Oh no.
Alrighty, so now that that's done. Alright, so. Alright, so strange large dog. Alright, so I'm in a kind of lazy mood, so I kind of just go up to them. What's going on?
Raynor looks up and he's cleaning a tankard of ale. Well, a tankard. And he's like, well, boss, looks like these two are looking to do business with you of some sort. They should probably explain themselves. So you're looking at the boss. Our good old famous local town hero. Probably one of the most famous in hell. Gods, probably the entire River Kingdoms, maybe even further, says Raynor, giving Hawkfield a wink. This is Hawkfield Lonestrider, Bloodied Lord of Tymon, and possibly, well, one of the most influential men around.
Welcome.
The green-haired elven lass turns around and is like, oh, you're Hawkfield. He goes, that's amazing, she says. I've been dying to meet you. And she clasps your hand and shakes it daintily. And, yeah, she says, my name is, let's see.
Arya.
Not Arya. Mithienye, or Myth for short, she says. I'm actually one of your distant cousins from Kyonin, thrice removed.
Sure. And how's everyone back there?
Oh, the same, really. Well, not quite. There's been a lot of various issues with bandits and human loggers and the usual things like that. They're dealing with it. But really, I'm here for a different reason. I also met this very large and kind and gentle beast along the road here. Decided to escort me all the way into the city, fearing that I'd be in danger all by my lonesome self. There were many a bandit, and the mastiff here, who I don't know if you are, well, if you actually introduced yourself to her with your actual name or just pretended to be a mastiff.
Is this one of my followers, or is this somebody I just simply met?
This is someone you simply met.
Okay, then no, she wouldn't know me as Arywll. I'd actually just flatly say I am dog.
You actually spoke that you are a dog.
Just I am dog. Yep.
Apparently, this beast can speak, sort of, she says. And so it escorted me all the way into the city and prevented a bunch of thugs from mugging me along the way, says Myth. And yeah, I eventually asked around where I could find you, my dear cousin. You do recall meeting Myth many years ago. She was still sort of small and whatnot and young. Uh, Much younger than you, in fact. And still is fairly young now. I can't even remember your age, Hawkfield, to be honest. What age did you say you were? Do you
He
recall vaguely?
was
120? 105?
Let me see. Hang on. Actually, I think that is here. Should be noted most likely somewhere here. Dun, dun, dun. What's your age, boy? 124.
124. Okay. Well, she says, coming on behalf of your family of Lonestriders, well, some of your family, not your original parents, you're technically an orphan of sorts, if I believe I remember your backstory correctly. And apparently, let's see, a distant uncle left you a large inheritance, in fact. A very large inheritance in the city of Kyonin. I believe it was good old Elrorm Lonestrider. Ever since your, I'm trying to write this in here, but the letters are getting in so slow. Oh wow, I can hear quite a bit of static. Oh well, cool enough. Elrorm Lonestrider. You remember your distant uncle? Fun little fellow. Taught you a whole bunch of things about thievery and being quick of foot. But then your parents died not too long after, and then you didn't really see your uncle for a while, as you recall. And it's Christmas. Don't you want to figure out what happened to the rest of your distant family? No, I'm just kidding. Well, anyways. Technically, you've been left a large inheritance, she says, and I was sent to find you, even though I don't know why they figured I would be safe on the roads. I was only lucky that I managed to get onto a ship on the West Stone River, but it cost me everything they gave me in terms of gold to get on there, because those pirates are awfully horrible, or more like privateers from New Jatta Land, she says. Extorted all the money from the shipmaster, which required all the passengers to pay up everything. I only had the clothes on my back, she says. I haven't eaten in almost 2 weeks, really. Surviving mostly by leaves and some scraps of things here and there, and all that. And you hear her stomach growl.
Yeah, I do a little sense motive on her.
Sure. Do your
Ah.
Yeah, 26.
26. She's telling the truth, actually. She seems to be telling the truth as far as you can tell. Maybe she believes it. Deluded. I don't know. But she believes what she says. Can't imagine why it would make her be deluded enough to believe that you have an inheritance. Unless it was true. That just gets to really convoluted thinking. So, I don't know. What do you wish to do?
Well, there's an inheritance. It's not going anywhere right now, so have a seat. Someone will make you a meal if you're hungry. And I'm more curious about your I am dog.
Okay, thank you so much, cousin, she says. And then she goes over, hops down, and your fellows take good care of her, all mooning and swooning over the beautiful, young, extremely immature elven maid. As she regales them with stories of pirates, beholders, and worse, that she's managed to survive by sheer dainty, air-headed luck of sorts. Okay, so I am dog. You're just looking around. You're curious to see what the city was like, the city state of Tymon, heavily fortified, a giant mountain, more like pyramid in the center of the city where the Champion's Fortress used to be is now that giant pyramid-like sky fortress is now the Champion's Fortress with all its technological defenses being studied, of course. And before you is supposedly one of the most legendary figures of all, probably the longest lived, apparently with a reputation for many allies and many
I'm
fallen
back.
friends. What? What? What do you mean you're back? Oh, you mean your audio finally started working? You can hear again or something?
As in, I was completely disconnected from everything for a moment.
Oh. Oh my. Well, yes, you were just kind of looking around the House of Lost Memories, really. I'm wondering if we should switch back to Discord. Are you more likely to hear again, or is that going to be difficult, Shadeheart?
No, no, it was everything. My internet dropped.
Then I'm probably going to think that it's mostly your just connection issues are giving you hell for some weird reason. Because mine and
Yes.
Hawkfield's are fine right now.
Yeah, it's been working all day, and well, okay, there was a period a few hours ago where it went goofy, but it started working right away again. So I don't know.
You're
I
not
can
with
hear you now. Well, hope.
you're not with Verizon, are you?
No, no, I have good taste.
Okay.
Nope, we're with. Well, okay. I have good taste, but we are limited in our options.
Okay.
I have Charter.
Never heard of them. But then again, I don't live in the United States, so what do I know? Cool. But if they do the job, I guess it's okay. Okay, so,
All right, so
yeah, you were just looking around, taking in the sights, getting to see the legendary city that resisted the Jattan invasion against odds that outnumbered them by almost, I don't know, 10 to 1 practically. And one of the heroes, practically one of the few surviving heroes, besides the ones at Crescent Raven Fortress, I might add Hawkfield, that actually technically all backup characters or no longer operational characters who have become NPCs. The only other survivors. You are pretty much the only true survivor from the originals. Is Hawkfield Lonestrider, of course. You wanted to take measure of the man who is near the famous hero who is technically in the city that is near your village, the Twin Rivers, where all your followers are, who spy on New Jatta Land and their technological beast horrors and all sorts of weird things that go zing
yep.
in the night. Yeah, so you're just kind of there.
Yeah. All right. Well,
and one hero point award to you, Shadeheart, or Arywll, for role-playing your somewhat suspicious nature. Okay.
Okay. Excellent.
What do you guys do?
So what's your story, dog?
Dog just kind of just.
Do you understand?
Yo, dog.
Bravo. Do you understand Sylvan? This is Arywll asking. In Sylvan.
That's a very good question. Hang on. Where do my languages go? Yes, I do. Look at that. Yes.
All right. You ask me my story.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, not around all of these fawning people. I don't need your yes men to hear my tale.
My yes man. Quite a serious being you seem to be. Sure.
No,
Come into my office.
I just trust people. Okay. Pat after.
Okay, you pad after into Hawkfield's impromptu improv office. I don't even know if you technically even have a real office, Hawkfield.
It's probably Rainer's office technically.
Yeah, it's probably Rainer's office. Yeah, just lots of tankers and barkeep stuff. Okay, so you're in the office. Great. Just to tell you, Arywll, your spy network has found new intel information. And that intel information involves something called the Eyes. The Eyes. And I will give you the specific name of those eyes. Some sort of really treasured artifact, highly valuable, lots of guards. The shipment is on its way from the south of the River Kingdoms. It's going to go by river towards the main capital city of New Jatta Land. Not yet named yet, still called just Jatta, the city of Jatta. And yeah, that was the intel you got. Apparently it's big, huge, massive. Like, there's going to be like guards galore, some sort of transport vehicle, lots of soldiers. Oops, sorry, I already wrote that one down. That didn't even catch. And it is called the Eye of Ramshallak.
Okay.
Was the intel you got. So that's what you have right now. There's probably more intel. But this is the start. Okay, so what do you wish to do with that intel?
So, I hear you're no friend to Jatta.
We're acquaintances, I must say. Business acquaintances.
Are you friendly enough? Heavy sarcasm on the word friendly. To where you wouldn't mind him working a little harder for something he really wants?
Well, let's say that our friendly terms really revolve around a knife in his head. That's pretty much how I'd summarize our relationship.
All right. He needs to die. I have intel that might help suit that need.
Yeah. I'm all ears.
Something called the Eye of Ramshallak is headed his way. Big convoy, big amount of guards. Apparently it's important to you two legs. Or at least to him. I'd really like it if he had a reason to cry. Here you're the person to help bring tears to his eyes.
So sounds like poetry.
What
I am an author.
Your issue with him?
He feels
attacking your kind.
Oh. How many of my kind are you familiar with in this area?
Absolutely none. Save one. You.
To quote something I once heard a traveler from a distant land say, I am the last one.
You're telling me that he made your kind extinct?
I know of no others. And I am not the only, or my race is not the only one that is innocent of wrongdoing wrongdoing to Jatta, who has fallen to his hands. As much as I loathe the idea of spilling blood, I've become adept out of need.
Well, any friend of Jatta's is a friend of mine, the way I see it. So, you want to hamper his operation, you want to piss him off, that's fine with me. Anyway, these Eyes of Ramshallak sound quite interesting. Quite expensive.
Yes.
Might be something good that, keep it away from him and I can keep it, make sure that it doesn't get into any other hands that shouldn't have such items. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Okay.
So you know, along the way, at some point here, we will be joined by somebody. You do not have the right to turn him away. He will join us.
Okay.
Well, that was rather vague from a canine, but okay.
Seems rather weird talking to the dog, yes, in the back
Just a
room.
bit.
I just wonder what the people who are inevitably listening at the peepholes are thinking.
Hey, you want to bring a friend along? That's fine.
Do you have any true friends who will be joining us?
No. To put quite simply. In my line of work, there are no friends. Just business colleagues.
Well,
and fodder.
How unfortunate for you. How unfortunate for you. When shall we leave?
Well, I just need to, tend to a few things here, shake a few hands, and then I can get ready and we can go as soon as possible.
Knowledge Arcana check.
Don't have it.
Intelligence check.
For who?
That I have.
Both of you, actually.
I have no intelligence. Just kidding.
Knowledge Arcana, eh?
Woohoo!
Or Knowledge Psionics, one or the other. What do we see?
How about a natural 20?
That's pretty good, yeah.
How do you get your roll to look so fancy?
It's off a character. It's off the built-in character sheet.
Ah.
Yep.
Okay, Hawkfield, you have no memory of
no clue at all.
no memory of the Eyes of Ramshallak. However, Arywll, now that you think of it, after so long of meditating on the intel that your followers have acquired from New Jatta Land, where your spy network has been operating heavily in lately, you remember.
Fingers.
Huh?
I'm guessing it has something to do with the fingers that we already have.
Oh, good. Your player memory is coming back to you. The Eyes of Ramshallak are one of the 2 artifacts, including the fingers of Nazor and Shah, necessary to wield one artifact of great power. Especially with that role, Arywll, I would say you pretty much cracked the knowledge that it's the one thing that's necessary to operate the Codex, the Codex of Infinite Planes, of which you guys still haven't found. Well, that's Hawkfield's side. You just remember this fact as a psionic knowledge, really, and planar related stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's what you recall. But hey, whatever.
Okay.
What do you wish to do, guys? It's your move.
Alright, well, I do the odd thing that needs to be done, and then I just get ready to head out. with Arywll.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
The intel, Arywll, states specifically that somewhere in the ship on the West Selin River will be escorted along on by various hovercraft and whatnot. Hell, technically it's a ship. You don't know
Okay.
why it's a ship if they already have hovercraft. It beats the hell of you. There must be some reason for it.
Okay.
And it will be heading past the West Selin River, probably along the point here near the Seven Arches zone, and going there to resupply within about roughly 7 days. Probably won't even take you 7 days, I think, to get there. Trying to take a look here.
Okay.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to 20 miles. Based on that calculation, from Tymon, 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll probably only take you less than 4 days to get to that point here at the fork of the West Selin River near the Thin Lands, where they will be resupplying the supposed ship. From there, they might be taking an airship. Then they might actually be transporting the artifact, plus whatever gold, treasure, and supplies, and other things like that, to an actual airship of theirs, and then ferrying it all the way to the city of Jatta. That's what you know.
We're gonna do like a train robbery. Woo!
Okay. So you guys set out on what, horses?
All right. Ha ha.
I doubt a
don't
blink dog
need
needs
to.
to ride a horse.
Well, I mean, you obviously. The blink dog doesn't really need
Yeah.
to. You gonna set out on a horse, or
No.
you're just gonna I'm gonna walk. I'll walk with the dog. Probably get there like again less than 4 days walk, 2 days horse. Depends on how much of a rush you are.
I'm good walking.
You good walking? Okay.
So am I.
Taking the sights, enjoy nature.
Sure.
Do a little
Yeah.
fishing along the way,
Okay. Absolutely. Let me check something here. And as usual, the lag on my laptop as I stream is incredible. I should just
Of course it is.
log into Roll20 from my second laptop here. Okay, so as far as you can tell, nothing out of the ordinary. The days pass fairly uneventfully, and you come to that location. The village was taken over not too long ago. Shoot. Hold on a second as I log into Roll20 in the second laptop that I have serving as my dual screen.
Huh. Yep, technology is great when it works properly.
The streaming is taking a huge amount of CPU power on my laptop, so it's moving really slow. So this might actually mean you'll see me twice. Wait, is that even possible?
You probably can only log in once.
That would be interesting.
No, it works.
Yeah.
This laptop is so old, it's just as slow. Almost just as slow.
Well, at least it still works? Question mark.
Yeah, it works. Okay, yeah, nothing. It's fairly uneventful. You reach the outskirts of the village, which is known as, let's see. Oh wow, it's still not popping up at all. Oh no, there it is. It's called Yellow Bridge. Oops, oh god, the lag on. Oh my god, this auto spell check changed that name. Why did you do that? Yellow Bridge. Yellow Ridge is not under, because Timon's influence is so small. I mean, technically it's a city-state that everything else is just its own land. Like technically this is in Timon, but
Yep.
it's sort of now been taken over by uh, Jatta's forces because Timon doesn't have a big enough army to defend a huge area, which is a kind of weakness for in the city-state, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been taken over Yellow Ridge, and you see like Jattans soldiers everywhere with their Technic League tech rifles, technomancers, flying skyships with like searchlights, flying myrmidons, the whole works
Oh,
practically.
lovely.
The robots, uh, massive looking mech machines with like uh, blazing looking chain guns at the ready.
Nice.
Several villagers defy one of the soldiers, and he just orders one of the robots to gun them down. Bullets from the chain gun literally tear them apart like they were pieces of scrap paper. And yeah,
Hmm.
the chain gun stops firing, and the echo of dying screams stops, and you're just looking at the village from a distance away. And the transport ship you see is guarded with a whole bunch of other separate transports or defense ships on these weird-looking bluish energy kind of repulsor lifts. It's like a huge train, practically. It kind of lands there now, and the actual ship with the artifact, they're transporting the artifact off the ship with a whole load of various other sorts of treasures into this flying sort of repulsor lift train, essentially.
Huh. Yeah, thought it was a train heist.
So yeah, they're now loading up right now. The security is pretty heavy. You see what appears to be like soldiers everywhere. The walls are like just literally filled with like Jattan cyber commandos with their like red uh, infrared light, infrared eye ocular implants or ocular
Mm.
goggles. Essentially, and they're just looking around, scanning the area with weird, mysterious alien tools and technology. So, what do you want to do?
Hmm. Let me. So, are you actually visible right now?
Yeah, we haven't gotten all sneaky yet.
Okay. Along the way, I will mention that I have ways of making myself less than perceivable.
Hmm. So you're an invisible talking dog.
Uh, Something like that.
Okay.
But my ability to do so is not constant. I do have to use uh, mental energy in order to make it happen.
Hmm. So obviously you don't want to do it a lot, is what you're saying.
Correct. Though I suppose 15 minutes for an ability isn't bad.
Okay.
Oh.
So you guys are discussing how you're going to approach this. Not quite sure what the Jattans have.
When does it look like they're going to be ready to take off here?
Don't know. You haven't exactly asked anyone, or threatened anyone, or beat anyone, or tortured anyone to get
Huh.
information. So, unless of course, Arywll wants to make contact with one of his follower spies that might be in the village itself, in Yellow Ridge.
I think I will.
So that in itself could be dangerous in its own way for your follower. I don't know how your followers communicate.
I mean, I have to get a closer look and start over listening in on conversations and whatnot.
Apparently there's a dead drop
Yes.
in a barrel at the let's see, this stinking skeever tavern. Right behind it, dead drop behind it.
Who the hell would want to go have a drink there?
I agree.
The name alone, it's like, yeah, you don't want to go here.
Yeah. So what you guys want to do?
So what I will do is use a bit of my mental energy and Arywll is suddenly smaller.
Like how small?
Decrease your size by 1 size category. So, blink dogs are medium, so now I'm small.
Okay, now you see there's a small blink dog.
Oh, you look so much cuter now.
But I'm going to be a lot less suspicious.
Okay.
And I will actually, I get to make a disguise check. I'm using minor metamorphosis. Do you need to see it?
What, you're not in the channel to roll it or something? I've seen minor metamorphosis. Yes, you can use it. I know about that power already.
Okay, so I'm going to roll my disguise check to look much more like a normal dog, is what I'm getting at.
Sure, you make yourself look like a chihuahua.
Don't be insulting.
Just saying.
Yeah. So there will be plus 10 to this roll. So 17.
Okay, so you're disguised. How good the disguise is? Well, who knows?
Yes. So, let us go check a barrel and go check the dead drop.
Okay, well, how are you gonna get into the city, into the village, really, I would say, with the walled village?
True.
Though technically that question is meaningless because I know Hawkfield will get in no problem. However, Arywll, you're a different story.
Well, I suppose as I do have a contact here, I would know how common is it for animals like dogs, cats, that sort of thing, to be around Yellow Ridge.
Okay. How common
Knowledge
is it?
local?
Knowledge local.
Okay. Come on.
I can do that.
Sure, both of you can roll if you really want. Natural failure on a 1.
Ooh. First 2 rolls and both ones. Love it.
And a natural 20.
Hawkfield has no clue about the animal policy of this village for sure. You, the Blink Dog, with your vast intelligence network, and the fact that you're just really good at remembering things, you recall that this village has absolutely no problem with animals. Animals get in and out, no one ever notices them. They're like little meaningless things that no one takes notice, like wallflowers.
Okay, well then I have no problem making myself look like a wild dog, and walking into town.
Okay. Sure, no problem. So you go on in, and Hawkfield, being the stealthy master that he is, simply just waltzes right in, hidden in the shadows. No one even notices him.
It's not that high. I don't know why it's rolling that high. There's a 30 in there. I don't know where that 30's coming from.
I don't
So
know where
take
that's
it as 73.
73. Sure,
Yeah.
well that's already considered epic anyways.
Plus the 20 from the Ring of Invisibility.
Of course, 93,
So,
as I recall that number from previously. Yeah, no one notices you. Absolutely none. Even if they could see invisibility, like the Myrmidon's scanner technology that you're well aware of, thanks to the advisors that you now have at the fallen Jattan fortress that now serves as the champion's fortress in Tymon, you already know that you can defeat it because you've run tests. Well, already with your stealth skill. So no one notices you, and no one pays any heed to the dog. And you head over to the Sinking Skeever Tavern and the dead drop behind it, which is a barrel.
Stinking skeever.
Meanwhile, you see a Jattan guard, low-level private, kicking the shit out of a little girl that seemed to have robbed his sweet roll. And yeah, while that's happening, you're at the dead drop. The soldier completely ignores the dog. It's like, you little bitch, you stole my sweet roll. Yes. God, a massive kick, bones crunch, break, pulls out his laser pistol, and then turns it on and shoots her right in the head. She's dead. Too late. If you're gonna do something, Arywll, you were too late. The girl stares up blankly at the sky with her two dead eyes, little blonde hair, and it's like, and the guy spits, "Damn Tymonian," and then waltzes off, joins his fellow buddies as they leave one of the another drinking establishment, actually specifically the Stinking Skeever itself, actually. And they just laugh and continue on. You see more continued brutality throughout the streets. Villagers are treated like second-rate citizens. Pretty much like that at the moment. Oh, you see a whole bunch of elves, dwarves, and gnomes with chains around their necks on a slave block about roughly 300 feet down the street of the village, being auctioned off by Jattan slavers while being watched by a Technic League overseer. And that's what the background is as you're at the dead drop. Now, what do you wish to do?
Okay, so first of all, I'm very angry, and once nobody is looking at the poor little girl, which it seems like nobody is going to, I go over and I use my ability Hidden Body. It allows me to meld a different body into mine without harming either. And I'm going to give this girl a proper burial. So she's currently residing inside of me.
Aw, such honor. It almost makes me feel horrible for doing it. I'm just kidding.
You're the DM. You don't feel horrible.
I know. One hero point to you for role-playing your goody two-shoeness. Okay. Hawkfield, clearly this dog has moral scruples that kind of may or may not be distasteful to you.
I'm on the matter.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so one morally ambiguous master thief, and one very, very morally upright dog.
And then check the dead drop.
Check the dead drop. In it are time specifications for when the flying sky train will leave. Specifically, it is leaving tomorrow at 9 a.m. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. is when they leave. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty much docked and waiting there until 9 a.m. Right now, you are at the village. It is about roughly 10 a.m. in the morning, so approximately 23 hours. So, and then cue in 24 sort of thing, countdown.
Alright, so I'm gonna go in go in this lovely Skeever Tavern.
Okay, into the Stinking Skeever. Inside the Stinking Skeever, you see several bunch of Jattan privates. They're low-level guys. They're nothing like cyber commandos that you fought before. Yeah, they're just, you know, drinking away, wenching, whoring, kissing, making out in the middle of the tavern while the innkeep looks at them in distaste, practically, to be honest.
Alright, so I'm gonna go near the Jattan guys as they're doing their thing.
Okay, there's a bunch of chatting guys, they're doing their thing, so what are you gonna do?
I am going, since we've had plenty of history with it. Crap. Come that closed. Open up. Alright. I am going to steal one of their comlinks.
Oh.
Nice.
Let's find my...
Your pickpocket
Clever.
skill or whatever it is, sleight of hand, I believe.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's easy enough to do. No problem for you. Child's play. So child's play, you could probably rob everyone in here and they'd never notice. That's if you feel like it, I don't know. Besides the stuff that's obviously their holsters and pistols. Oh no, actually I bet you could even rob that too without them noticing. It'd be hilarious, but true.
Yeah, I don't want them to get too alarmed.
Okay. So you rob the comlink. Comlink is robbed. The comlink is in your hands. What do you wish to do next?
I'm gonna put it on so I can overhear any conversations they have.
Yeah, sure. You tune into the channels. You hear various troop deployments in this area, when their patrols are, where they're going, things like that. When their breaks are happening, reporting in schedules start filtering through. You hear reports of missing patrols to the northeast that seem to be occurring with increased frequency. They're asking for reinforcements. That would be right about here on the map.
Interesting.
You do recall that the Seven Arches is the stronghold of a circle of druids. And other than that, that's all you recall. That's the Seven Arches is its own kind of little city-state ruled, advised by druids. Okay. That's all you get in terms of intel. You keep the comlink and continue monitoring their communications.
Yep.
For that, I award you 1 hero point. Sneaky, suspicious, and very black ops.
Thank you.
Excellent.
What do you guys wish to do next?
So where's this?
I will kind of.
Do we know?
What was that?
Do we know exactly where they're holding this thing? It's coming in, right?
It's already in. It's already loaded onto the specific train, which is now docked in the north side of the village.
Alright, so I say we just go for the train.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's going to be a hell of a lot of security there, but we can handle it.
How far inside town is the stinking skeever?
Stinking Skeever is south side of town, opposite of the train dock zone. The train, yeah, the docking zone.
Alright.
Other than that,
well,
it's
I
your
will.
dog. Who cares, right? Who's gonna know it's the dog? Yet.
Exactly. Well, I'm thinking more like, because there is a time limit on how long I can hold this girl's body, that I'm going to go outside of town and bury her. And back in the Hawkfield.
Okay, you want to bury the girl before you go to the train? Yeah, I guess you can do that. I mean, it's like not leaving until tomorrow morning. It's up to you guys.
Really? We're trying to do something and you want to bury a body? Dead. It's done.
Well, what's done? Where?
She's done. Doesn't matter.
Oh, she's dead. Yeah, that's right. She is dead. Quite dead. I know, Blink Dog. What do you want to do? Roleplay your
There
disagreement?
are some things. There are some things that matter, and you don't get to decide what I do with my morals.
There are things that matter.
I will meet you.
What we're doing.
I will meet you at the train within an hour.
This is why I don't work with animals. Sure, you do what you want. I'll be at the train.
Okay.
Oh man.
So, yeah, I go bury the girl, and I will speak whatever rights would be common to. You said she was a human girl?
Yes, she's a human girl.
Okay, I will speak whatever rights would be common to her, and then meet Hawkfield.
Okay, excellent. Wow, going above and beyond you. Well, I'll award you another hero point for that. Okay, let's keep going, shall we?
Alright.
Okay, so you do that, and no one else is there to mourn the little girl, and I'm sure her parents don't even know she's dead yet. I'm assuming she had parents, I'm not even quite sure. Well, you don't speak with dead, so I can't really tell you. So, she's buried. You feel better inside, Arywll, that you've done such a good and kind deed for the deceased. Makes you feel good inside.
Yep.
Warm and fuzzy, which is why you got those hero points.
Meet,
It
And
strengthens you.
while he's doing his good boy thing,
Okay.
the Hawk will kind of survey the area, kind of see where the patrols are, what kind of security they have, as best as he can see.
Myrmidons that you already know can see the invisible, heavy chain machine guns. Oh yeah, I should bring up. Thank goodness I actually opened the second laptop this time. I can actually search for this. Yes, the Myrmidons. Those things like Halo flying sentinels, practically, with chain guns. There's also the new, some annihilators, annihilators, and a new type of mech machine robot that reminds you of RoboCop, Kane, big guns, Delta Core.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones. Ground based.
lovely.
Great.
Yep. Painful if you do engage them. Remember, as I said before, you don't have to kill anything. Hawkfield, I know, probably won't need to if he wants to be as sneaky as he gets, as usual. Don't know about you, Mr. Doggy. What are you gonna do, Arywll?
Y'all just cut out again.
I said, what are you gonna do, Arywll? Hear me now? No, still not. Kind of, sort of. Hello? Hello? Oh, I don't know if you can hear me still.
I think he cut out again.
Cut out again?
I'm guessing he did.
Okay, at the next stage of technology, they need to automatically turn voice to text so that if the voice cuts out, the text is still keeps rolling on the screen there. And if that's not happening, you know, teletyping or something like that.
There's apps, there's programs out there that do that.
Not very
Dictation
effective.
programs.
Yeah, I've tried those. Not very good. Not very good at all. Okay, so while he's doing whatever, you're doing your shit while he's cut out. What are you gonna do?
Those buggers can see invisibility, so I can't hide from those guys.
Yeah, you can hide from them.
Oh, it's just the invisibility.
It's just the invisibility effect. That just means your highest is 70 something, not 90 something. Doesn't matter. No one can see you anyway. That stealth score. Plus you have Child of Shadows, so pretty much no one's gonna notice you. This is like Days X Human Revolution, but better because you're way stealthier than even Adam Jensen anyways. Plus you can crawl if you feel like. I don't know your climb skill. I think you have a spider climb item.
I probably do, I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure there was somewhere. Because I remember doing it a couple of times.
I think so, I do recall. Maybe. Well, other than that, I guess you don't get to do three-dimensional sort of Dishonored. I climbed the roof, then I stealthed, then I climbed back down, and I shot the guy. It's up to you. Well, considering the fact that you've already know where the patrols are, you're studying their movements and everything like that, you pretty much, your stealth would already have had a circumstantial bonus to it, which is like advantage, or it would be an advantage. It doesn't matter, you don't even need it, so I can, after all, you're a quasi-god Hawkfield god, practically I might as well just call you God of Thieves. You do know there's a Chinese movie, God of Gamblers, where the guy's clearly not truly a god, but he's so good at gambling, he might as well be a god.
I didn't see that one, but I did see the God of Cookery cooking there.
Shit, you didn't watch The God of Gambling? It's like classic HK Chow Yun Fat movie. Yeah, series like God of Gambling 1, God of Gambling 2. And the
Really?
crazy gambling tricks. You must watch it. It's absolute. You gotta at least watch it once. It's just the
I'll have to
funny,
give it a shot. I'll have to watch it then, yeah.
the funniest stuff. Oh yeah, of course I watched God of Cookery too. That was hilarious.
That was so ridiculous.
Of course, that's Stephen. Was it Stephen Chow or something like that?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Totally hilarious. Oh, I haven't watched the Stephen Chow movie in a while though.
Yeah, I watched it not that long ago. It's on Netflix.
Oh, well, I'm not doing Netflix right now. Okay, so
Right.
yeah.
So, the train itself.
The train itself looks like Doggy went away. Guess you're on your own for a while. That's no
Dope.
problem, because as far as I'm concerned, you being God of Thieves means you're pretty much like master of special operations anyways. You just don't kill people all the time, specifically all the time.
I like my meat shields.
Yeah, I know you like your meat shields.
Well, I'll sneak up to the train anyway and start looking for. Obviously, it's gonna be probably trapped somewhere.
Yeah, it is trapped. You can make a perception check anyways, but I'm pretty sure you'll detect the trap. No matter what.
Instead, you can switch the map so I can get access to my token.
Oh yes, good point. Let's switch maps.
Just easier.
Where did I leave you guys here?
Yeah,
The
there
right
you go.
one? Yes,
Yep.
I believe it is.
Alright, there we go. So my perception, bang.
Excellent. This is,
44.
also, this is also the roster of all of those who have died and left, and those who are still at Crescent Raven Fortress.
Ah.
Those in Crescent Raven Fortress are all those on the right, and everyone who's died and left are on the left. Or captured. Ironically. Hall of Fame. Okay, so yeah, you totally sense that this whole train is trapped, practically.
Of course it would be. I would be. I'd trap it if it was mine.
It's trapped, alright. You don't know what kind of trap. That would require spellcraft.
Which
Yes.
I don't have.
You know it's trapped. You also know how to break it, if you want to break it.
Of course.
Which will probably ruin all the Jattan plans anyways, no matter what they were. Oh yeah, you totally break it. You figure out how the whole system works, and you simply erase certain sigils and scratch certain... Oh. Okay, looks like we've got a bit of a technical difficulty issue here. Okay, folks, we're gonna have to technically stop this for a short moment to update Skype before we can continue. Everyone got knocked off the channel, so let's work on making sure everything is good. Okay, recalled everyone.
There we go.
Don't know what happened. I updated Skype again, but I didn't even have to restart the client. How weird.
Huh.
Very weird. Okay, so as I was saying, Hawkfield approached the train. Arywll is still deciding what he was doing. Discovered that the whole train is trapped with mystical sigils and symbols, of which he scratched with a penny. Copper piece, I guess you could say. That one little scratch disrupted the entire arcane pattern, completely disabling the trap on the entire train. He didn't know what the trap was. That requires spellcraft, or whatever the hell the Sonic equivalent is. I believe it's still called spellcraft, in fact.
You know, I could actually, when I get there, figure that out.
You are already... Well, you are approaching there, yes. Sure, make your spellcraft check.
Should we go for the hat trick with natural 20s?
Go for it.
I'd love to, but instead I only got a 32.
Oh, I don't see anything.
Where's your roll?
It's showing up on my screen.
I don't even see you in the game.
I'm reloading my Roll20.
Yeah, so I checked my internet connection, or my ISP, and there's outages all over the US.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yes, my other previous Dungeon Master in the game I was playing before this was also having quite a few issues, surprisingly.
Alright, so I'm reloading the game. We will see
yeah,
if this works.
You may be on a kind of after image because you're not in the game, as far as I can tell, after a reload.
I am very sorry, guys, for the problems.
It's okay.
It's nothing to be sorry for. It's out of your control.
That's true. I may be evil, but I wouldn't be that evil to other people, unless they were my players in my game.
Okay. Not quite sure what that you mean by that specifically.
Well, while I'm waiting to see if it's going to load...
I can roll for you if you wish.
Go ahead and roll spellcraft. It's plus 20 to the roll, so...
Okay. Arywll's spellcraft.
How funny would it be if you roll a natural 20 on this?
Spellcraft is... What did you say it was?
Plus 20, you said?
Yeah, plus 20.
That's
26.
Okay.
It is, let's see, enough, sufficient, yes. I believe for the spellcraft check. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, I'd have to reference. No, I'll just wing it. Okay, you recognize it. It is going to erect an extremely powerful dimensional force barrier that would pretty much cover the entire train plus the entire... In fact, it's supposed to trigger the entire town, actually. The entire village.
Huh. Interesting.
Well, good thing that's not working anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be... Yeah.
And then... it triggers anyway. You see a purplish barrier shoot out of the train, and Hawkfield realizes that the trap he disabled was actually the correct trap. This was something else activating. Actually, sorry, it's not from the train, it's from the center of the town. It activates, it shoots into the sky, and the barrier kind of like Pepto-Bismol spraying along the linings of the stomach. Well, it's kind of like that, spraying along in a dome sphere all around the entire village, and hits the ground and stops, and it shimmers with various
Huh.
multi-hued colors. That's what happens.
Interesting.
What do you guys do?
Yeah, we're now trapped in the dome.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking of Stephen King's book and show, but yes, you are trapped in a something.
Huh. Well,
Well, since that's happened, let's find these eyes real quick. You get off the train.
You get on the train to find the eyes, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Sure, you come to a locked door, but I'm not even gonna bother to make you roll because it's, well, unless you roll a 1. Give me a disable device check. No problem.
Yeah, no ones. This
All you do is you tap the lock, the mechanical lock with your finger. Oh, it's a tech lock actually. Sorry. So your roll is half of what it is.
No, I got a prismatic key pick.
Oh, you have the prismatic key pick. Oh, right.
Was
never mind.
actually a plus 10 to that too.
Okay, so with that, you can pick out full bonus. So that's like 72. Oh, no problem then.
Huh.
In a moment, you hack it open with the prismatic lockpick, and the sliding door opens, revealing various panels with light signatures, screens, and whatnot. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. It looks rather not empty, but there are supplies, what appears to be Jattan military rations, which are like space age style squeezy packs that dispense food. The miracles of technology that your advisors have been telling you about the Jattans. Yeah, lots of those, lots of regular other sorts of various sundries, toiletries, things that are just not typical Golarion usually.
Huh.
In here there is no eye. That appears to be the case. Well, yeah, but there are also 2 doors, like one going east, one going west. 2 sliding doors on the train. I mean, it's just the first car you entered, so obviously you haven't searched the whole train yet.
Alright. Cracks his knuckles.
Huh. Huh.
And goes to these terminals. He's gonna
Oh yeah.
play his primitive hacking skills.
Okay, sure. You start hacking the thing. Give me a disable device. It opens up like Fallout. Entering /root. Subverting operating system OS.
Natural 20 on that bad boy.
Oh well, that's amazing.
Very nice.
It's so good, in fact, that even despite the already super high roll, it's going to be even better than that. Technically, with the 20. Yeah, for some weird reason, maybe it's just your innate skills as a level 20 rogue. Maybe it's the mythic powers invested in you by, I believe, did you receive yours from the Lady of Shadows? Can't remember.
Yes.
Yes, you were. You're also the only one still active in this campaign who received from the Lady of Shadows. Ironically, again. Yeah. Holy crap! With that kind of roll with bonuses and everything all together, it's like it's like the Matrix. You can literally see the numbers. Everything is like, you know, kind of like you're like, yes, I can see the code. I see its secrets. You hack everything through the train, the sensors, the cameras, the whole 9 yards practically, and the shipping manifest, everything. And the Eye of Ramshallak is supposed to be on car number 37. And the treasure chests are on car 2. Near car 2 right after the car number 1, which is the primary driving station.
Huh.
Treasure Manifest lists a whole bunch of various goods and stuff like that. Gold, platinum, silver, you name it. Whole 9 yards. Gems, magic items, the works, to be delivered to New Jatta, the capital of Jatta Land. Modeled after, I mean, like an African nation.
Huh. Huh.
Somalia, I think. Okay, so what do you want to do? Oh yeah, you also, having hacked that, you disable all turret security systems, or you may decide to turn them against all other people. It's up to you.
Yeah, if I can reprogram them.
Hell, technically from here you've hacked the entire train. You could technically steal the entire train if you could get out of this the barrier that now covers all of Yellow Ridge.
I'm guessing there's a way to disable the barrier from the train.
No, it isn't.
You
No, it
could.
isn't. But because of that role's high level, you determine based on the algorithm inside the computer system on the train that whatever is controlling the force field barrier came from the center of town, because you saw that it's probably on a closed circuit system. It's not accessible by remote control access from the train's signal sending system or broadcast system.
Hmm.
Alright, so...
Oh, add a new aspect to yourself. It's kind of like a story feed, I suppose. It's called, let's see. Let's apprentice to Numerian Tech. Aspect / story feed. And I've also typed in the channel the name.
Alright. Guys, just so you know, I've been stuck on a loading screen on Roll20 join game for like 5 minutes.
Oh
So,
my.
Yeah.
I can't really help you, you know that, right? Not from this end.
Well, I mean, you could make my rolls for me.
Yes, I can make the rolls for you. Of course I'll do that anyways. Of course. What? Was I making you do any rolls right now or something?
No, it's just sitting there, summoning dragons, rolling dice, loading, hatching dragons, and it's been doing that. So, again, technical issues, not much I can do about it, but I figured you should know.
Okay, I now know. That just means I'll roll when we need to call for roll for good old Arywll. Okay, Doggy, you're just there with Hawkfield. In fact, you don't even know where the hell Hawkfield is, to be honest. In fact, you can't even smell Hawkfield. That's how good Hawkfield is.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're using the mythic rules, or the epic rules.
Mythic, yeah, mythic. Okay, so what do you do? Oh, well, you've popped into the Roll20 channel now.
See you.
Oh, victory! I'll take it.
Yep.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna... So I can't smell Hawkfield. I can't see him. I'll just kind of stick as close to the shadows as I can. Why don't I roll a hide check?
Okay, do you need me to roll, or is your thing...
I think I'll be able to roll now.
Okay, make your roll.
Stealth.
It's a pretty good roll.
Oh,
Yeah, for a non-Hawkfield, yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a good roll.
This is the new term. When you want to pull off an extremely amazing stealth feed, it's called a Hawkfield.
Awesome.
That should be my SOTC, Shadows of the Codex campaign special terminology. Okay.
Alright. So, I mean, with this being hacked up, I mean, I'm going to change it so that, you know, it'll fire on Jattan forces, all the turrets and whatnot.
Okay. There's also turrets on the top of the train.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn them on just yet.
Whereas in you want to close their proximity to proximity assault instead.
Exactly.
Okay, done. They're all set to proximity assault only.
And
Technically, cannons that could fire far enough that you could probably start destroying the entire town.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
Not yet. And obviously, I want to take control of the train at some point because we're going to drive this thing out of town once we can get that.
You also find
down.
remote. You find also remote. What we call computer data pads. You find 10 computer data pads, each with its own Wi-Fi signal sender. Essentially, you can call it data pad.
Sweet.
Okay.
So it's a remote computer, little PDA for you, or the dog. Oh, the dog can't use it. Sorry, dog.
You need fingers.
Yeah, it's all right.
So you can technically run this train from remote now.
Excellent. So now that that's there, let's take the eyes, and then we will work on getting that force field. If we can get the eyes without alarming anybody, that's better. Because then once we go for everything else, then we'll get the turrets going most likely, and it'll be a good old show.
Okay, sure. You open the next car door towards car 37, or do you want to go through the doors, or you're gonna like just go leave the train and then go all the way to car 37? Good choice. Oh yeah, and because you already hacked security cameras and whatnot, you know the entire train is empty of guards.
Well, then we'll just go through the train.
Oh, and you also found out that there was supposedly a nuclear device installed on this train,
Holy shit.
which is supposed to go off when the trap was triggered to activate its own force field to trap. Apparently there are orders to say, make sure Hawkfield is here, kill him. Blow the entire thing, activate bomb.
Thought you me and Jatta were friends.
Very nice.
Those orders were like top-level security, clearance access, and unfortunately you easily hacked those to the yin-yang and found them hidden in like a subdirectory of another subdirectory within another subdirectory, like a Russian, especially one of those Russian whatever dolls or something like that, and within another subdirectory. Anyways, besides the point. So, yes, you head over to car 37. And
Yes,
you open the door and you see the box where the artifact is supposed to be. You go over to the box. The box is definitely keypad locked. Make a perception check.
Ooh,
I
perception.
don't know if the
checks.
dog wants to make one, or will if want.
I'll make one.
Okay, fine. He wants to make one anyways.
No, he's a dog. I'm sure he has good perception.
I don't see the check. I don't see this check.
You see mine?
I see yours.
Okay.
I don't see
Why?
yours. Okay.
Because I need to get on the right page of my character sheet.
There it is.
Okay, both decent checks actually. You can tell that there is a magical trap on it for sure, something very powerful, extremely powerful. Not quite sure exactly what it does, but you have this vague feeling for sure, Hawkfield, that it is nothing special. Probably some sort of delayed blast fireball-like effect.
Knowledge Arcana or Spellcraft to exactly identify it.
Well, to be honest, Arywll, you didn't actually notice the trap.
Okay, that's fine.
Only Hawkfield did. Hawkfield tells you that
I can
it's there.
I'll explain how it looks.
Okay, now you can make your knowledge Arcana check.
Okay. Why don't I do that? Oh, that's such a low roll.
Okay. Well, it's enough for this effect. Yeah, it's a delayed blast fireball.
Alright.
And then also Hawkfield realizes that there's also multiple traps. Once the delayed blast fireball goes off, then the whole thing sprays like poisonous gas.
Oof.
Once the poisonous gas is sprayed out, apparently the poisonous gas, from what you can tell from your vast, almost supernatural knowledge of traps, the supernatural gas is also flammable, which then it will then explode.
Oh, lovely.
And so it's like a triple layer trap. But again, to you it's like child's play. So, give me a disable device check. Once is enough because I'm pretty sure that's all you'll need. Done, no problem. You disable the magical trap, no problem. The room.
Here I was getting ready to pop my energy adaptation up.
You may still need it. Trust me.
Okay, actually, maybe I will make you roll all three, just to see if you roll a 1. Roll the second. This is for the poison gas release from the canister.
Alright,
In
there's the
this,
second one.
you easy defeat that. You take. Well, all you do is you grab a little bit of dirt inside the car. You spit on it and you plug the hole, and it works. Surprisingly, the
Love it.
trap isn't defeated. The third
Nice.
trap would have been
Third
to
trap, here it is.
would have been to ignite the gas, but since there's no gas to ignite,
Oh yeah, good point too.
well,
Ah, disable just for the hell of it.
it's disabled now. Now is the lock. Give me a disabled device check for the lock, which is actually supposed to be hacked. So you hack it with the electro pick, E pick, and it's no problem. With a few strokes, in fact, not even a stroke, you type in like SU super user command word, and for some mysterious reason, it still unlocks the whole damn thing.
I have a natural backdoor to every system apparently.
The lid snaps open, and you see that the chest is completely empty.
That's disappointing.
Yes, it is. Rather
It's like they were expecting you.
What do you think? What are you gonna do?
Is there any secret compartments in this thing? A hidden trap door kind of thing where it's actually inside?
Perception checks.
Certainly.
Okay.
Come on.
There's leg, huh? Okay, tell me the number.
No, I've got it now. It should be rolling now.
27? Okay, that's decent enough. Yeah, there's a hidden compartment at the very bottom.
Okay.
Is that trapped?
No, it's not.
Okay.
You also find a switch. It's a very small switch, so small, in fact, you literally have to have a microscope. But you have, I think, eyes of minded seeing. No, but
I
you may
do.
not. But you may not be wearing them. I don't really remember.
If I'm doing my stealthing, that's when I have them on.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you find a little button and you press it, and the thing pops open. Nothing happens. You see what appears to be a glowing green crystal. It doesn't look like an eyeball to you, to be honest.
No, but it works.
Knowledge. Arcana.
Knowledge Arcana? Yeah, sure. Make your Knowledge Arcana check.
Alright. I'm plugging in my laptop so it doesn't die on us. But
That's fine.
first,
Okay, pretty good on Knowledge Arcana. You can tell that this stone is a special type of planar rift bomb. And it's actually supposed to be activating the moment that lid would be flipped open. However, because I said there was no trap, so technically Hawkfield would have disabled it. Actually, you know what? Roll your disable device check anyways.
one still happened.
Okay, yeah. The trap was never triggered. So the planar rift bomb doesn't go off. So there was a trap, but you would have detected anyway, so I'm just saying in hindsight, you disabled it. So that's all there is. It's a plain rift bomb.
Not the eye.
Not the eye.
Damn it.
Is there another secret compartment under that?
No. I'm
This
pretty sure
kind of
it
rift
is.
bomb is safe to take.
Yes, you can use it as an actual item.
Interesting.
So you have a plain rift bomb and whoever wants to... Oh
But
yes, the
does-
dog can't carry anything. So I guess Hawkfield, you're doing all the...
Hey, the dog has the psychic version of Mage Hand.
Yeah,
dog can grab
so
things.
the problem with you is, do you have something to carry it in?
Saddlebags of holding.
Yeah, okay, so you're wearing the saddlebags now?
No.
Okay, then I guess Hawkfield has to carry it temporarily.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, it's great. You found a planar rift bomb. Whoopee, and you defeated the trap that was obviously meant for the thief. Or the thieves in question. What do you do
Yes.
next?
Well, this was a bust. Thought your eye was supposed to be here. I don't see the eye. Bad pun.
I am the information that I got. Who's to say that it's not in a different compartment?
Well, I mean, even the manifest on the train said it was supposed to be here.
Yeah, the manifest was encrypted to the highest level,
And it said it was there.
and it said it was
Ooh.
there. Yeah.
Actually,
Is it visible?
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Pierce the Veil, which is the psychic version of
True seeing.
True Seeing.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Okay, there's nothing to roll for that. So you use Pierce the Veil, and you see nothing out of the ordinary. Looks
Okay,
all rather mundane to you.
I will carefully check over the entire room with that.
Okay, you scan every nook and cranny of this train car made of very weird metal, extremely
Yes.
strong metal, and there is nothing. No secret doors, nothing. In fact, to be honest, of course, if there was anything, Hawkfield would have spotted it eventually too. So
Okay.
I didn't even call for a roll. So clearly, there's nothing in here.
Okay.
Except another door leading to car 38 and 39, and then car 40 is the last car.
Okay.
What do you guys wish to do now?
Well, Hawk's not going empty-handed. He's going for the treasure that's on the train.
Car number 2. Do you wish to
Fair
go
enough.
through all the cars through the doors to get there, or do you wish to just step out and then head over to car
No,
2?
we'll stay within the train.
Okay, you waltz through and reach car number 2. Inside here, there really is real treasure of sorts. Let me tell you what it is. Crikey! I just realized I have to do it on this other laptop. Opening.
That'll make life.
And all the rations and everything else. I basically take everything from this train.
I don't know if your
So
bag
take
of
ra-
holding can carry, like, you know, food rations and all of that.
And I'm taking the whole train anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, you're gonna take the whole
My
train.
plan is to take the train.
Okay, Shanghai Noon.
I need a new ride, damn it.
Yeah, travel. Gotta travel in style.
Okay, let me find my thing. Oh, there it is. So, this is what you have here. Luckily, Skype has no limit to its characters.
This is true.
Okay, so I will open it, and that's what you find. I've also put it in the channel for posterity's sake as well.
Yowza. Anything you need right away?
I'm looking. Let's make it bigger. Because I can actually use items. I made sure to double check that. What type of items can a quadruped use?
Okay.
Which is why I actually have equipment.
Okay.
Nothing that will be super valuable to me at the moment.
Okay. And I'll just copy this onto my temporary sheet before I put it onto the main one later.
Okay.
Even this stuff looks a little different. Interesting.
Okay, nothing out of the ordinary as far as you can tell. Lots of treasure. Just treasure.
Yeah.
That's it, that's all that's on the train. You're left wondering, what next? And how do I get out of here?
We need to find where these eyes are. You don't by chance have the spell to find items, do you?
I do not.
What's that spell called? Shoot.
Locate
What's-
object.
No, there was one specifically for artifacts, I thought.
Not sure
Yeah, I do. I do not.
I mean, I know you're not gonna have it anyway if I can remember what it was called. But
What? Thing to find artifacts? Wow, I'm not quite sure what spell that would be. But discern location?
oh, never mind. It doesn't actually find the item. I was thinking of legend lore.
Oh no.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Does it tell you where it is?
Sorry, it doesn't tell you. It just tells you about the item in question.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well,
What do you guys do?
we could go through this car by car.
let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, sure. You go through car by car. I mean, you can make one perception check each to represent the entire search, because it's not really much of a point otherwise. Give me your rules.
Okay. There's mine.
Mine should be. Ah. Ah. Okay.
No, definitely Arywll won't find Jack. Hawkfield, you've searched every nook and cranny with fairly expert skill, and pretty much you can tell there ain't anything here that looks like a secret compartment or anything like that at all. Not a thing.
Lovely.
Yeah.
What do you wish to do?
Alright, well, we're gonna have to find the power source there to shut down the force field.
Okay. You will have to take the lead in this, as you're the one that uses lightning infused devices.
I think it means electronics. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so where do you wish to go? The town hall, the center, town village square, the granary, the mill, the residential houses of the village, what? The barrack building for the technically the Jattan technically faction, what? Lots of places to go here. Where do you wish to start?
Well, you said the beam came out right from the center of town, no?
That's right. Town village center.
Well, that's where we're gonna start, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, you guys head over towards that. You see lots of villagers being herded, being whipped and beaten with these shock sticks away from the center of the village. There's like, must be, I don't know, two dozen, let's just call them the combat mechs, essentially, that are surrounding the town square. In the center of the town square is this weird-looking device that looks like a satellite dish, when you understood what a satellite dish was. It's seemingly beaming the force field into the sky and creating the barrier. The device itself is also covered in a shimmering force field around itself with a control panel, and there's a Numerian technomancer there, just kind of like keeping watch with his two goggle eyes, which are glowing red. He's looking all around and studying something, and then he kind of raises his hands, gives a whirl, kind of like a signal, and all 24 mechs activate. And then they swivel on their swivels, their swivel body center section. I kind of think Mass Effect here too. Kind of like also Kane from RoboCop. and they turn all in your direction. Like, generally speaking, your direction, dog, Hawkfield, dog,
Mm-hmm.
man, dog, target, dog, meat, dog. I mean, yeah, soon to be ripped to shreds by bullets, kind of stuff like that. And yeah, they seem that they kind of like, you hear kind of like these signals go off, and they open these little missile bays, and they pretty much start firing missiles at you in your direction. And your entire area around you is like vacant of any sort of numeric technically privates or soldiers or even people at all. So you've got 48 missiles coming straight towards you guys. Yeah, this is gonna become some crazy, crazy psychotic stuff. So technically, you guys have to make an initiative check, and apparently, hotkeys are a bit weird. Okay, there it is. And I have to make an initiative check for these dudes.
Oh, I suppose I need to select my character and then... There we go.
Yeah, you have to select your character.
Yep,
So Hawkfield already rolled.
Yeah, I got a 20 in.
as I did.
Rithael is in here, so that's ignored. Put Rithael at 1. Arywll, you rolled. Wow, 17.03. What kind of macro calculation did you do to do that one?
I literally just I clicked the roller on the character sheet, and that's what the .03 is for tiebreakers.
Oh, I see. Okay, sure. Wow, they're first. Okay, missile bays open, and it's like you're facing 24 villainous RoboCop enemies. Yeah, all at the same time. So this could get really ugly. Oh yeah, this is gonna get ugly. Technically, I would make you roll 48 reflex saving throws, but that would just be ludicrous. So instead, I'm gonna
Huh.
make you make you roll 1 reflex saving throw.
Okay.
1 reflex saving throw.
For both of us, yes.
1 each. Yes, that's right.
All right.
Oops, did I outnumber you guys too badly? Holy crap, this encounter is technically way overkill. Oh well, it's Hawkfield. Totally though, they're gonna Jatta hates your guts so bad.
Huh.
Okay, Hawkfield, you do some of the most amazing rolls through fire and destruction that you have ever done through 48 explosions, and you completely come out unscathed. You
Whew.
land nimbly on your feet, and behind you there is like a flaming crater wreck. Unfortunately, the Blink Dog may not be so lucky. The only thing going for you, Blink Dog, is you're lucky you actually have your Blink effect, because that's 48 missiles for half damage.
And I have oh, what's it called again?
What?
Evasion. I have improved evasion.
Oh, you do? Well, I hate to tell you, you failed, so...
It's the
So I only
damage.
I take quarter damage.
Quarter
then.
damage, sir.
Okay. Then I still need to make some rolls right now. Let's see. Missiles. Yes, that entire area has been blasted into a bloody flaming crater. The entire ground shook like thunder, as if a million thunderous bolts of lightning had struck. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage to roll at once. So I would have to figure out how to make this work. I wonder if they do multiplications against the die roll. Okay. 48. So yours is what? Half and 25%, so it's like 75% damage resisted maybe?
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm not even quite sure you could even survive that. uh, Woo, guys. You're gonna need a hero point to survive, I'm afraid, Blink Dog.
Even at a quarter damage.
That's 552 points of various fire and bludgeoning damage.
Holy crap.
Okay, I'll burn a hero point.
You burn a hero point and you manage to survive. Actually, you have two choices. It's either A, you get a reroll, B, you add a +4 to that roll, or C, you just survive. So, wait, sorry. You just survive, you add +4 to your roll, or you reroll the entire thing. What is your choice?
Ooh. And I don't know if adding that +4 will actually make me...
Succeed.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So you got 3 options. Which one do you want? Choices.
You know, I will actually choose to add 4.
You choose to add 4? That was the right call. That was all you needed to succeed. You completely dodged, leaped through the flames just like Hawkfield did, and land beside, well, you don't even know where Hawkfield is, so you just land outside of the crater. You survive all 48 missiles. Okay, great. Now it's initiative.
Impressive.
Continue. Yes, Hawkfield looks impressed at the dog that survived 48 missiles that probably would have killed everyone else who didn't have improved evasion. Oh, that's quite ironic now that I think of it.
Yeah.
Good thing the druid's not here, actually.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
they probably would have died. Hawkfield,
I'm actually kind of glad that my cohort isn't here right now, because
Thor
he
probably
would
have
die.
died. Yeah. They fired at a range of 800 feet, so you're 800 feet away. Divided by, so you're 26 rounds of standard movement away.
Alright.
And this entire village block has been turned into a crater, like I said.
Does it look like they saw me, or did they see the dog? Or
Can't tell you. Sorry, they just fired in a general direction. The area effect was so large that it pretty much got you. So
I move further away from the dog. Actually, I go for cover, and then I take out that lovely data pad of mine that I just got.
okay.
And I'm gonna program the train to fire at these bastards right back, since you said that it has the range to go everywhere.
Yeah, it pretty much does. They're cannons. Okay, so you're gonna program to fire. It starts lobbing this massive explosive shot, like plasma, practically half fire, half electricity, slams into that entire area, dealing some severe damage. Roll me 12d6.
12d6?
Yeah. And the DC will probably be... whatever, I'll just have to roll. Oh, 36? Okay. Oh, I should turn on some battle music because you're now fighting.
Ha!
Okay, let's see. 12d6, you rolled 36. They roll their bonus to save thing up here. And it is that. And they fail. They all take full damage, but their shields manage to absorb the first blast impact. So they are still alive. Oh god, I need to write this down, but I can't even access the proper notes on the different laptop. Oh, hilarious. Let's use this one real quick. Okay, next is Arywll. What are you going to do?
I am going to dimension door somewhere where there's cover.
Okay.
If there's any cover within 500 feet, that's where I'm hiding.
Yeah, okay, sure. There's a building, plenty of other little houses. This house is, you hear with your keen senses like a family is cowering in fear. This is at nighttime. did you guys wait for night, Hawkfield, or is this daytime still?
This was still night.
Oh, you chose nighttime to make the
Yeah.
infiltration. Okay, so let me do this. I need to open a temporary notepad since I'm on a different laptop here. Do.
And looks like my active creature type is going to be Construct.
Most likely, yes.
Yes.
Hold on just a second, guys, as I do this. Think of your strategies.
Oh boy.
Oh god, this is 24 of them. Wow, I really outdid myself this time.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh no, this encounter is technically like CR 26 or something.
It's okay. I have backup character ideas.
Well, I'm pretty sure Hawkfield probably won't die. You might survive, maybe. I think. No guarantees there. So let's see. So they took 36 to their shields. They're still alive. I have to record the damage to 24 enemy NPCs here. Oh,
yeah, that's
plus that guy. Yeah, let's see. So that's gonna be a lot.
yeah.
Yeah, I outdid myself by accident today. I'm sorry. It was just crazy shit. Okay, who's next? Oh yeah, Arywll, you vanished.
I vanished.
You see the dog, Hawkfield. He just poof out and goes. He's gone. Now it's just you and them, and you're not sure if they know you're there or not at all. Okay. You see their shields are slowly regenerating, reducing the damage. So the Technomancer leers. He's like, come out, Hawkfield. We know exactly where you are. No point hiding this time. This trap was specially laid just for you by Warlord Jatta. Says the Technomancer. Since clearly he's fought you guys before. It was bad enough the last time, I think. Were you there when they were fighting off Jatta that time? To shoot down the Sky Fortress or something?
Yeah, I was there. I
know you were there as Durin. I can't remember if Hawkfield was there. I think Hawkfield was there.
I think I was there.
I think, yeah, you were trying to dagger him to death. Couldn't find... Maybe you found him? I don't know. Can't remember. Been so long, I have to look at the logs.
I just remember Hawkfield, like, hiding in a ditch.
Probably.
Man, that was like a year ago. Or over a year ago.
Okay, the Technomancer keys something into his data pad. It's like, okay, now, that battle max, fire another round. Let's see if we can kill Hawkfield again. And a whole 48 more missiles fly right in your direction, Hawkfield. Yeah. Actually, wait. He stops. Like, might as well take out that weird creature that was with him. Several of them, 6 of them switch. 6 of the battle mechs swivel, and they point directly towards Arywll's direction. And open fire with their missiles at the house with the family. And yeah, okay. So 42 missiles at Hawkfield. Give me a reflex saving throw.
Oh boy.
Arywll, you get a saving throw with total cover bonus. As the missiles come streaking down like, nuclear ballistic warheads in a fatalistic apocalyptic scenario, except that family's going to die pretty much on your behalf.
Actually, we'll see.
Moral dilemma.
So, what's the total cover bonus for the reflex save?
I believe it's plus 5 or 10 or something like that. Oh yeah, you totally succeed with that.
Yeah.
Except that means the house takes all the missiles. And the family, you hear their dying screams. They're completely obliterated by those 6 explosive plasma missiles.
How big of a family?
2 kids, wife and husband cowering in one corner of the
All right.
house.
Is it possible for me to spend my 2 hero points to save 2 of them?
How? You have to describe it.
Using my fact that I'm always half on the ethereal plane, the fact that this round I had insanely good reflexes, and my dimension door. Basically, I Nightcrawler grab 2 of them and like blink away just in time for them to be saved.
I can't award you hero points, you know, for this heroic act because you just spent some.
No, I know.
Are you
I know,
okay
but
with that? Okay, then I can only award you an experience bonus. Okay, very well. You may sacrifice those 2 hero points, and in a desperate act to save at least the 2 children, you use your blink and ethereal and dimension door abilities, even though you shouldn't be able to in such a close, short time period, and you save the 2 children, literally snatching them up and vanishing with them, as the entire house is obliterated by 6 of the ballistic missiles. Well, more like anti-personnel missiles. And
yeah.
the entire ground shakes, debris flies everywhere around you. Think, what was that movie? Arnold Schwarzenegger in True Lies or something like that?
Oh, yes.
Yep. Oh, yeah, where when he dives under the water and the entire thing explodes behind him. Anyways, it looks kind of like that explosion, but it's in a city. And yeah, totally, you save the 2 children, they're like crying, they're like, "Mommy, father, mommy, daddy!" And they see the entire house completely obliterated, burning to ashes, crumbling timbers everywhere, crashing around, and yeah, you can't even see the 2 parents' bodies at all because they're obviously burned to a freaking crisp. Okay, great! I mean, yeah, from a Dungeon Master's point of perspective.
Yay!
Hawkfield, you're next. What do you do?
I have that thing still fire again. The train.
Okay, make an attack roll. Oh, and your whatever cover you're hiding behind is completely blown to smithereens.
That's fine.
You know you survived. You like completely leap through as if you were like, I don't know who the hell analogy would even look like this. You just crazily leap through, even though it should technically have killed you. Killed anyone lesser than you, but you are a quasi-god. God of thieves, Hawkfield. So, hell, it's gonna take more than a bunch of missiles to kill you, apparently. You land, it's like, the Tyrant is like, God damn it, it's really true, he's freaking hard to kill! And he's like pressing buttons, commanding the battle mechs there. Okay, Hawkfield, you unleash another salvo from the train. This time, all cannons are now in alignment, so multiple blasts. Total shot damage will be... There are 40 cars, each one is armed with a cannon. So... 40 times 12... 480 d6, roll me.
480 d6.
D6, yes. All cannons are now in alignment. Commander Hawkfield, you hacked that for fun.
Dang.
1,700 points of damage. I don't even think the Technomagic... Because technically, it wasn't imagined that you would hack the train to use all of its weaponry. You have technically circumvented the typical battle path. So I will probably keep this in mind and award you bonus experience, Hawkfield, for this. You've now used essentially land battle emplacements to destroy and defeat this entire, what would probably be somewhat of a difficult encounter. All 40 cannons fire simultaneously according to targeting specifications, and the Terminator's like, oh shit. And they're completely vaporized.
Flipping the bird just before the missiles hit him.
Yep, all the plasma missiles hit, and the entire, it's like a shockwave. Reflex saving throw, both of you. Every house is flattened.
Woo.
I'm afraid you probably killed everyone in the village too.
That seems to be that seems to be what happens when I fight.
Yes,
horses.
Did those poor children that I just saved die?
I'm afraid the shockwave was so powerful. Unless they're like you two, they may every bone in their body may be broken.
Wasn't me. There was a malfunction on the train.
Yeah. And I just spent so much energy last round that
Don't worry, you're far enough from the shockwave. It's not gonna be like direct hits from a plasma game. This is like aftermath shockwave damage. So you are going to take I'm pretty much sure you failed that saving throw, just to tell you. You took 42 points of shockwave damage. It was so hard, if you were any other being, it would probably have broken every bone in your body and shattered your skull and sent your brains literally dancing around in your skull like as if like it was an air hockey pool game, practically. But you survived. Unfortunately, the two children you just saved, they're literally hurled like 200 feet back, and every bone in their body is broken. Like literally, their elbows are nice. You know those kind of fractures where the bone juts out of the skin and everything. Like everything. It's horrible. Their deaths were terrible. Their parents just died, and then they just died with them. Good job,
okay, now I'm mad.
Good job, Hawkfield. I mean, I didn't see that one coming, that you would decide to hack the entire train, but actually I should have foreseen that, to be honest. Oh well, whatever. It had to happen. Yeah, you just literally, it's like as if, remember Mass Effect Mass Effect 3 where you just tell the entire Quarian fleet to fire all their ships at the Reaper? Well, this is practically like that. Yeah, the entire village, the shockwave obliterated every building, flattened everything, every soldier literally died. Most of the mechs are damaged, sort of, but they're no match for you, so I'm not gonna bother with them. Yeah, every human being is dead. Jattan soldiers. Yeah, you stand back up. Well, you weren't even knocked down, I think, actually. No, you're still standing. You're just like looking around, and there's just the only thing surviving were maybe a few myrmidons and stuff like that. But your daggers will destroy them. So, and the force field machine is completely obliterated. So there's nothing. Whatever it is, they're blind now to Hawkfield. So whatever sensory system must have been based on the center of town as well. Yeah, the myrmidons are just flying around looking for enemies, and yeah, that's it. That's it. You've defeated this encounter. More like the trap set for Hawkfield.
So it being a trap, that means that the eyes were never here. It was just literally to lure Hawkfield.
You assume so, maybe? I don't know. Maybe the eyes are here, and it's still a trap. The eyes are the bait.
Who knows? Well, because I'm angry and I've been thwarted, I can't exactly take my anger out on a living technomancer.
Yeah, I'm afraid Hawkfield did a bang up job, and I completely vaporized him.
Yeah, I'll go up to where his body was and lift a leg.
Okay, sure. You defile whatever area he was standing on before he turned into a black shadow.
Yep. And then I stalk back.
Okay, Hawkfield, the field is down.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to still search around if these eyes are here.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Where do you want to search? What used to be the guardhouse? I mean, the barracks. Flattened. Every soldier is dead. The only thing left are machines, robots. You want to do something to them or something? I don't know.
Well,
Well, the Technomancer's own quarters.
Huh?
The Technomancer's quarters. Where would those be?
The barracks.
Ooh. Barracks?
Yeah, but now the barracks are a pile of rubble, so you're going to have to search it with Shane's perception checks.
I can probably do that.
You search the rubble as the Jattan forces are pretty much retreating from this village now that's been completely obliterated. They think an enemy attacked and completely kicked their asses or something. And Hawkfield, yeah, you totally find what you need to find. Arywll is pretty good too, 29. Yeah, you find what appears to be a black box amongst the rubble of the guardhouse, among various dead bodies, dead Jattan soldiers, innocent women and children, bystanders, slaves were killed in the barracks as well. Blood's everywhere, debris, whole whole 9 yards. Entire three-story building was destroyed by it. It was like as if supersized earthquake shockwave hit it. And yeah, you find a black box, Hawkfield. What do you want to do? It has an interface system as well. But apparently you're receiving a Wi-Fi signal from it.
Huh.
Or shall
Alright.
we say broadcast signal.
Hey, my pad is connected by Bluetooth.
You wish to... do you wish to interface?
Yep.
Okay, disable device check. As you use your E-pick on it. No problem for you. You hack the thing up to the yin-yang. And yeah, you now have access to Jattan military intelligence, apparently, of the Numerian technically. You read through the reports, and what you read disturbs you greatly. Apparently, something about Silvermount and their great leader soon to emerge, or something like that. Begin preparations to invade lands and gather fodder and new worshippers, or something like that. Another report indicates that the Eyes of Ramshallak are currently located in the stronghold of the mighty Stalker in the East River Kingdom. So that would be on this map, something like around here.
Where?
Yeah, we're still on battle map.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Battle map. Okay, so
There we are.
what was the thing that automatically shifts everyone to the same click point? Was it shift click or control click?
I have no idea.
There was a trick. There we go. That trick.
Okay.
So there, in the Eastern River Kingdoms area.
That's where the eyes are.
Yeah, that's where the eyes are. It's inside the fortress of the extremely powerful mighty Stalker, who no one knows the true identity of, but apparently has minions who are so powerful that no one dares to stand against him. His armies are only stopped by Warlord Ulan in our tomb. Currently, half the River Kings have fallen to these two warlords. Practically, Tymon and maybe some of the Seven Arches are the last bastions of freedom, true criminal freedom in this area. Probably everyone else is either bent knee or has been conquered completely.
Well, looks like we're heading to the east.
Additional reports from Jattan spies inside the black box that you've now hacked indicate, and this is all for the Technomancer who you killed, indicate that the fingers of Nizal Zorn are in the possession of Hawkfield, and that he must be killed at all costs, and the fingers to be acquired. An attack is scheduled in Tymon on the New Year's Eve, when everyone's probably drunk and completely asleep. Kill everyone at the House of Lost Memories, assassinate them, find Hawkfield, and get the fingers if possible. Apparently there are some infiltrators already in Tymon preparing for this, but those details are not listed in this file, only that the attack is to come sometime around New Year's Eve. Third report indicates that Califax's Hellreaver is closing in on the location of the Codex, the specific Codex itself. Let's see, somewhere around Avondale. Prevent the hellish red dragon from acquiring it at all costs. Warlord Jatta and the great master of Silvermount must possess the power of the Codex in order to spread out the new faith everywhere across the planet. And those are the 3 primary reports of great interest. Everything else is troop movements, uh, dispositions, troop counts, numbers. In fact, this would give you huge either advantage or huge bonuses on any sort of tactical battles involving the Jattan forces in the future.
Nice. Very nice.
Okay, that's what you acquire. This is probably itself worth a weight in lots and lots of gold. This black box. Now, what do you wish to do? Oh, and the train survived, of course, because, you know, the train's a train. It's like a huge metal behemoth.
That and, you know, it shot everything away from it, so.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, well, I'm taking the train back home.
Having now hacked and understood the systems, you easily cause the repulsor lifts to go off, levitating the train hundreds of feet into the air, and the dogs aboard. No survivors, of course. Several Myrmidons attempt to attack, but you have the automated defenses turn, and they're blown out of the sky eventually. And it's like,
Excellent.
that was your new flying, not a skyship, flying train. And this thing is so fast, it only takes you like 20 minutes to get to Tymon. Instead of like less than 4 days. I think it's
Nice.
I think it moves like 500 more miles per hour or something like that.
Holy crap.
Very nice.
Well, in fact, I think 500 miles per hour would mean that you technically don't even get to Tymon in 20 minutes. You actually get to it in... Oh no, it is, sorry, you do get to it in 30 minutes. 30 or 20 minutes. Because the map's not 200 minute scale. Since you're that close, I think... Checking from the distance there. Uh, 100 miles. No, you get there in like 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
It's so fast, it's like, oh shit!
Ooh, the speed's walking.
And you reach Tymon in 10 minutes. Below you is the city. As you activate the magnifying scanners, you see that people are staring up in wonder at the mysterious flying tech vehicle that's like looking down on them.
Huh.
Well, one way to make an entrance.
Wow.
Yeah.
This thing alone would give you enough firepower. You could technically take over all of Tymon if you wanted. Hell, whatever. What do you wish to do?
We're gonna land, park, you know.
Okay, you land. And you are greeted by Ramian and various other bloody lords who congratulate you on acquiring this piece of Numerian, extremely advanced Numerian super tech. Ramian, you haven't seen Ramian, well, you actually see Ramian every once in a while. Well, practically every day he's one of your advisors, I suppose. It's like, well, Hawkfield, it seems you have acquired yet a new Numerian technically device again.
Oh yeah, you know, Jatta figured he'd lend it over to me.
He scratches his beard. I somehow severely doubt Jatta really would give you a train like that. Or flying ship. I've never seen the likes of it before, he says.
Oh, he tried to give it to me, alright.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he tried to give it to you as bait, apparently. And he did succeed in baiting you, surprisingly. But his plan to kill you failed, despite the cost.
Should figure out a way to send him a message. Be like, thank you.
Somewhere else, I'm sure Jatta is probably ripping his hair out at yet another failed attempt to kill you.
Oh, man.
Okay, so Ramian's like, well, he updates you on the latest reports, of course, the usual stuff, but you already know all of this, technically. Not, I mean, well, in terms of Tymonian forces and whatnot. Now that you've stolen the reports for Jattan soldiers in the region, I mean, do you tell Ramian about this?
Oh, yeah.
And Nogoloth, the exiled Hell Knight, is now leading primarily the armies of Tymon. So,
Right.
well, if Cal was here, he'd probably be, but Cal managed to the Nexus, so whatever. Who cares about Cal at the moment? So yeah, he pours over the information that you show on like a data pad screen, like one of the 10 pretend that you took you give it to him. He's like, how do I use this? You just unlock it and just show a screen. He's looking through. It's like, it's written in Taldan or Common, and he's like, well, this is invaluable intel, Hawkfield. My God, with this, we'll definitely be able to gain an advantage against the Jattan forces along the border of the West Zone River. Yes, excellent, excellent, he says. My God, are you sure you don't want to become the Grand Champion of Tymon? Yes, I'm still rooting to support you, especially now that you've acquired that beast. He turns towards the 40-car train with all those cannons there.
Yeah. Why don't you? I'll back you on that.
He strokes his braided beard, his red braided beard, because he's massive. This guy. He's like, I don't know. I'm not quite sure I'm the man for the job. I lead armies. I don't necessarily lead politics and whatnot. And there's plenty enough of that here in Tymon as it is.
I'm kind of finding it to be the same. Armies, politics, it's all the same.
You want to persuade him to take over as the Grand Champion of Tymon? What? Or do you just kind of like, meh, whatever. Say it and be done with it?
I just put the seed in his mind.
Okay, well, he hasn't decided yet himself, since you haven't exactly run a persuasion check to push him over the fence to actually do it. So, Ramian looks at you. Are you sure that's a wise idea, suggesting that as Nogaloth heads off to make use of the intelligence that you've now gathered? I would have thought that maybe, well, considering your nature, Hawkfield, I guess it would make sense that you would probably want someone else to be the true Grand Champion of Tymon, and probably run things from the shadows. That's probably exactly how I would have done things, says Ramian, as he adjusts his glasses and fine clothes.
Either that or change the government. Why do we need one Grand Master? Make it a council. You already have a bunch of bloodied lords.
Yes, but you know the
Select
problem.
a few of them and then make them in charge.
But you know the problem with that. Ruling by council is so much slower. Everyone argues and they want this and that. Usually it's better if there's one benevolent tyrant, he jokes, that just says, do this, and it gets done.
Well, that's where the shadows come in.
But then you're suggesting that you want to put a puppet, says Ramian.
Half of these idiots are puppets already.
Well, do you say that to Ramian?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Ramian frowns and is like, I'd be careful about not revealing that openly, of course, Hawkfield. But I agree, some of these lords probably would be quite easily manipulated. I prefer economics as my method of control and power. Necessarily, for you, it seems the thievery and the crime syndicates is yours. Well, at least as long as your criminal people leave my enterprises alone, I'm more than happy to continue to assist, of course, he says, in a very amiable and negotiable voice. I mean, well, you've known him since the start of campaign, so I mean, it's technically as much a friend as anything else can be.
Excellent. Let's see now.
Is there anything else you wish to do?
And obviously we point out the fact that there are already Numerian spies within Tymon.
Well, we'll certainly try our best to root them out. I can't guarantee we'll find them. If they're as good as they're supposed to be, they're probably excellent liars and infiltrators themselves. Is there any other information you can suggest or use that might give us a better idea of where we can find or who these infiltrators might be?
How about a knowledge local from me?
In terms of what? What are you doing with it?
Well, I have a spy network. Jatta's army has a spy network. Maybe my network knows who some of the spies are.
It is a possibility, I suppose. Make your knowledge local check then. With a possible plus either an advantage or a +5 bonus, your choice.
Highest.
Well, I guess you'll probably go with a +5 bonus with that rule.
Yeah.
43. Well, because of the your own capabilities, literally sniffing around,
Love it.
and your own network of spies as well. Though technically, I guess Hawkfield, your thieves are also spies too. So
All of the spy networks.
okay, Hawkfield also rules, and his it's an excellent rule. So technically, with your two spiral networks working in concert, well, technically not even in concert, you're actually doing it separately, but they both succeed anyways. You pretty much identify that some recent mercenary hirelings or mercenaries who came to Timon to join, the free forces of Timon. Uh, you determine that a group of them are in fact spies. In fact, your rolls are so good, you determine there are probably several groups of spies from uh, Warlord Ulan and the Mighty Stalker as well. And Califax's Hellreaver's spies have been identified by the both of you. And the spies from the Numerian technically the Jattans this time around. You identify most of the spies. They're all new mercenaries. Apparently all recent arrivals. All fit the bill of likely being spies at the moment. Yes, you identify all of them. And I'm pretty sure that with those roles, you identify who they are. So then ends up that you'll probably go and like sense motor them, or Hawkfield will probably just spy on them, or have his blood son spy on them. So it all ends up the result is the same. You identify most of the spies. You have two choices: eliminate them, leave them alive, or what's the third option you think?
Turn them
Try
into
and
double agents.
yeah, try and turn them.
Try to turn them. Okay.
Now, I need a ruling from the DM.
What's the ruling?
You know my character background and why I hate Jatta's army. Would it be considered a grievous evil act to be ruthless in this situation?
Good question. That depends on what we term by ruthlessness. No, it wouldn't be considered ruthless. They are Jattan agents. Technically, if Timon had any seriously significant laws, which it doesn't, they would be considered enemies of the state or casualties of war. So you could eliminate them however you wish. Technically speaking, you could just ask Hawkfield for permission. He's a bloodied lord. You could just say, yeah, sure, do whatever the hell you want. Hawkfield,
Okay.
roleplay it.
This should be interesting because this will be the first time that Arywll has spoken in front of the NPCs. I turn to Hawkfield and say, give them the option of working to redeem themselves or remove them from the pattern. They're of Jatta, therefore that is the only mercy they deserve.
How many spies of each group?
I would say
Multiple.
there's probably multiples. There are roughly 5 spies from each faction. Various mercenaries, really. They're the only ones who can pretty much travel without having a backstory that could be considered kind of what? A baker? You decide to move to Timon during this time? You must be crazy. That would make no sense. But as a mercenary seeking work and fighting in this war-torn land, yeah, that's why they decided they could use mercenaries, bribe mercenaries to act as spies. Pretty much, they're probably just all freelancers who've been paid by their respective factions to do dirty work. You could probably outbid the previous payment if you really wanted to spend the cash, because you don't know how much they were originally paid, so you'd literally have to talk with them. Or in this case, I would just make you do because there's so many spies, you could either A, actually roleplay it, or B, just make a persuasion check. And we'd fiat it and say that you successfully convinced the spies to turn. Your choice.
Alright, we'll just roll it. Let's see. And I'll probably put in a surge as well, just for the heck of it.
Sure.
Okay.
So let's see, 26. Okay. Anyone else?
That's another 4.
That's another 4. It's
Um,
almost 30. Actually, that's pretty good. Pretty good indeed.
For those that might be sitting on the fence, I'm going to make an intimidate check.
Okay.
Basically, you've been given your choices.
Oh,
You would be
yeah, but-
wise to make the one that would keep you alive.
Okay.
Actually, before that, would Hawk's fame also add to this one?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
it
so
would.
there's a bonus to that.
About roughly 13 points.
So we're at 43 then.
Okay. And Blink Dog gives a 32 intimidate. Well, between the carrot and the stick, they definitely see that the stick is beating their asses towards the carrot a lot harder. So that would have just given even more bonuses to Hawkfield anyways to persuade them. So they're just like every mercenary is like, you know what, I was just paid a lot of gold. They gave me like 5,000 gold pieces to act as their spy and give them intelligence, and I agreed. Having met you in person now, says this is just an example of the kind of conversation you've been having with these spies. Having met you in person and looking at the intimidating mastiff, maybe 5,000 gold pieces really wasn't enough from
Probably not.
them to cover danger pay. And I'm more than happy to stop spying for them. Just as long as we can stay in Timon and join the Free Forces. We know of your reputation. We think we tie our banner to yours. We're going to we're not only going to see victory, but we will be we'll essentially make lots of money and be prosperous too. And anyways, we all like winners, right? And you've won every engagement ever so far. That's the kind of guy we respect. So let us join you. We'll stop spying. Hell, we'll even give them false information if you want, practically, because you roll like 43 plus the bonus from Arywll. Might as well say it's about 45 or something, maybe. Actually, I'd say with that, 5 by 5 at 6, about 49 in total. So yeah, they you didn't even have to ask them to act as turn trader double agents. They literally volunteered to be double agents now with that kind of persuasion. So it's like it must be this glow around you. It's like when we look at you, we see this we see a kind of glow of victory.
Huh.
It's your mythicness, Hawkfield. We know that everyone whispers across the lands that you are the god of thieves. We didn't believe it until we met you. You literally are like a god, man. The guy says, this is another guy now. He's like, and I'm afraid your roll is so high that now turning really weird, because now it's like literally a cult is starting to form around you. Before there was that other dude who was doing it. I think that who had ladies chasing him. That was the gunslinger. But now there's literally now.
Max.
Yes, Max. Now
I think I remember Max.
Undead and dead. I can't quite remember what exactly happened to him after undeath. It's like now, literally, people are saying that you are a god, the god of thieves, unbeaten, literally the god of unbeaten, unbeaten in battle, survivor of the highest rank. Yeah, I'm afraid it's starting to get a weirdly controlled. I mean, you might as well start making your church at this point, because it's getting to that point.
Huh.
In the streets, we will pray to Saint Hawkfield or God. the god of thieves, Hawkfield, for protection and for prosperity. Raymond later on one day when the both of you are in his house, like the next evening, drinking wine, he's like, Raymond says this could turn to be an advantage or a disadvantage. Think Dune. Anyways, I don't know if you ever watched Dune. Like,
For many, 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 many years.
sometimes fanaticism can itself be a double-edged sword, but who knows? At this point, it's not at that point. It's like, this could be pretty useful, but again, you don't seem to want to take the Grand Championship up. You say you want to change the government, perhaps this could become a theocracy, you hear Ramian suggest. And I could be your, economic minister.
Ha! Ha!
Within the church.
Nice.
There's an idea.
I see grand potential, says Raymond. After all, we are businessmen, both of us, and we see business opportunities. And religion is nothing more than another way of making money.
Of course it is.
Think, the donations, the fame that you already carry with you. It's absolutely incredible, he says. We could make a killing.
I like how you think. I like how you think.
Perhaps it's time we start setting up a church in your name. And from what I can tell, maybe you're, unlike that faker Razmiran, I think you might actually be what they say you are.
At this point, Arywll has left the building.
Okay. Arywll has left the building.
You could be the agricultural minister.
I could be the enforcer.
Or he could be your official spy master, because technically you're like the god of thieves. So
Yeah, actually that would make sense for me. And
sounds like it'd be a good fit.
even though you already have technically your thieves guild as your own kind of informant network, but hey, whatever.
yeah, with my leadership score, yeah.
Wow, so that's an interesting idea. Theocracy.
So
it's time for a change in Tymon.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Pretty. The old didn't work.
Yes.
um,
Yes, it didn't, I guess you could say. Okay, what do you want to do next? So that idea is in works. Looks like the new year has some interesting plans coming up.
I'm probably actually going to have to end it here.
Okay, that's fine. I was actually about to end it at 1 anyways, but it was 2 minutes to it, so I was just going to continue before. Yeah, so if you want to call, we can call it about this point anyways, regardless. Ends on an interesting note as Hawkfield consummates a possible change in governments. You'll probably want to reclaim the rest of Tymon's border areas, I would suppose.
Yep.
I believe it's all of this zone here, here, and here, down all the way down to where Yellowbridge used to be.
Well, yeah, that part's pretty cleared.
Yeah.
It's been floored.
You're going to need an army, though, a much bigger army. The forces were already weakened during the battles with Jatta during the Battle of Tymon. You're still recruiting. Lots of mercenaries are already flocking to the banners of Tymon because of the refuge, the fame of you specifically, because you're the only highest surviving character with an exceptionally high fame score. Every other character who's joined has to start with their usual level. Oh yes, Arywll, you start with a fame score equal to your current CR level rating, probably 17 if I'm correct. So
Yes.
you do have a bit of fame of your own, but it's much more localized. Hawkfield is already entering the realm of complete myth now.
Yep.
Godly myth. 'Cause he's survived so long.
So, because I'm not above being curious about former characters, is the Light of Durn still around?
Yep, the Light of Durn still shines exactly where he fell, I believe. That was what happened, right? That's right.
Excellent.
he still worshipped the Saint Dern.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. People are praying to Hawkfield for luck and success in all sorts of adventures or ventures. And the cult is spreading. Now, Ramian has suggested the idea maybe you want a military force beholden only to the faith of Hawkfield. Possibly. As a way to start expanding the army beyond just simply the mercenary gatherings of Tymon's primary military forces. Something to think about. Okay, the session officially ends at this point.
We'll have to take out Hawk's Nest too. Can't have my name there.
Oh yes, that's right. I saw that. I was like, wonder what to do about that one. Yeah, sure, you could run an adventure to go and deal with that if you want. Hawk's Nest. It is closing towards Christmas Day, and we end the session at this point. Okay,
Awesome.
I know Shadeheart needs to run off. That's okay. Hawkfield can stick around if he feels like it.
And I think I'm gonna also bounce a little early tonight.
Okay, bounce we shall. And
All right. Quick question. Is this going to be a bi-weekly thing? Just whenever it comes up thing? Like, 1 week we might play twice, the next week we might not play at all type thing?
No, I generally going to schedule at least once a week again with this one. Yeah.
Okay.
I might attempt to schedule more than once a week depending on your availability, people.
Okay.
Though from what I can tell from this time around, mostly because people get off work on Friday nights, Hawkfield, your time is much better than about after that point.
Yep.
Saturday is your ideal, if I'm correct, you said?
Yep.
So I'm believing the scheduling looks like the formal specific session will probably be on Saturday. And any bonus sessions for individuals, because at this point Hawkfield doesn't gain any more experience. He only gains mythic tiers by going on quests, so he can do as many side adventures as he wants if I'm around and he's around. I'm not saying you will, Hawkfield. I'm just saying that you have the option to do as many as you wish, because you technically don't advance with XP anymore. Arywll, any side adventures we do on the side means that you eventually will catch up to level 20, and then you will will probably have to run it. There are adventures planned that more opportunities for you to start gaining mythic tiers as well. So you become a mythical
dog.
Yeah.
a mythical magical animal. There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. That works.
Exactly. So there are actually many opportunities to do that. It's just a question of whether you, the heroes, decide to pursue them. Because right now I know Hawkfield is like, I'm so much for my own church and taking over Tymon's underworld, which you're pretty much have done. I mean, the rest of Tymon is just little villages and towns. I mean, it's pretty easy to take over with your own network. Now I guess the question is, do you really want to engage in war with the other factions in the River Kingdoms and Jatta's across the river?
Of course. The River Kingdoms must be united.
I'm already seeing the new empire of Hawkfield ruled by thieves. That'll be an interesting twist in the campaign. That is, of course, if you manage to somehow deal with the Codex.
Yeah. Actually, one thing Hawk's actually going to do in the background is, better safe than sorry in some cases. Any way to destroy the fingers that he has.
Oh, then you must figure out how to destroy this artifact. Then.
Destroy an artifact, then the Codex can't be used. Simple.
A very clever idea. I never thought you would be willing to go that far, but apparently you are. Okay, yes, that could be something to explore next session. How to destroy the artifact is necessary to be able to open the Codex safely, which would then prevent anyone from being able to open the Codex at all, thereby rendering the Codex useless. Well, sort of. Apparently the Codex's power, according to Arywll, who rolled extremely high on the knowledge, actually, Arywll will roll to be another knowledge psionics or whatever the hell they use right now.
I can do Arcana or psionics.
Doesn't matter. technically they're supposed to be molded into one skill, I think. Or was
Okay.
that some other addition? Whatever, roll whatever. Arcana or Psionics.
I'll roll both,
Uh,
or just the one.
decent enough. You just have a vague inkling that someone of extremely great power, a being of great power, could probably wield the Codex even without the 2 artifacts. For anyone of weaker stature, those artifacts are key to using it.
Right. Well, let's see what we see.
Yeah, something to see about pursuing next time.
Okay,
And
guys. Oh yes, of course. Let's let you
and,
finish.
and now I'm thinking, gee, it's almost like Hawkfield is becoming kind of like Jatta. Maybe a little less cruel, but
Oh, interesting. To say that one, I don't think Hawkfield's quite like Jatta.
I have no desire to take over the world. Just the underworld.
okay. Well, have a good night, guys.
Okay, good night.
Hey,
Okay, okay,
hey,
Mike.
take it easy, Sonny.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye bye.